Solana on FM radio. Them boys be sliding, so we riding and we ready to go. 100,000 watts full throttle, baby, ready to blow. We passing coca to Jupiter, we got your attention. You can tune in anywhere, but listen at your discretion. To the legend, Mr. Hotman can't stop him, each other deuce. My brother got his own hot burger at Tucker Deuce. Now my rush more of these sports, spitting the truth.
That was something a little special for the people on the stream. That's for the stream. That's a little private show for the streamers before we get underway on the radio.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Let me take a sip of my Pat Riley Guts water for his birthday.
Riley's birthday? 88?
Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show on a Hurricanes game night. Gonna do a little dancing tonight. I saw your Gators are gonna do a little dancing tonight as well.
Yes, sir.
They are 35-point favorites, I think.
I bet them to win the tournament, but I couldn't bet them at 35.
That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points. And then you got to pull them sooner or later.
Canes are 1.5-point favorites over Mizzou tonight. Now, I did bet the Hurricanes minus 1.5. I have not won a bet, I think, in 3 years. 7 years if I include Cash Pop. I'm getting viscerally angry every morning when I check my Cash Pop tickets. Like, because I'm literally throwing away. I buy the $10 Cash Pops. I'm throwing money away. You'd think they'd throw me a bone once in a while. Pick my number.
You got to just take a break. Take a week break. Reset the market. You know.
I do. I break, and then all of a sudden I got to play every day, and then I break for a couple weeks, and I don't know. Anyway.
I do it with Lotto, Powerball, and Mega Million, where I'll play them every 3 days for a month, and then I never win, and then I'll take a couple months off.
So Canes 1.5-point favorites tonight, and the Heat last night. They seem, Solana, you can explain it better than I. They seem to be having a tougher time with the good teams than the bad teams. Am I observing that correctly?
Yes, I believe that you would be correct in your observation.
All right, just checking. They seem to be having a tougher time with the good teams. Luka, did you watch last night's game, Crowder, or were you flying?
No, I was flying, and let me tell you, Solana asked me, what do y'all ask me? Is the TSA as bad as people are acting like it is? I felt it yesterday.
You did? Where'd you fly out of?
Flew out of LaGuardia.
And there was no pre-check?
I had pre-check and all that stuff. Took an hour to get through. Pre-check, clear. You know, I have everything possible other than touchless. Took an hour to get through security. Then my flight was delayed an hour and a half. Then we land in Fort Lauderdale 11. We don't get off the plane till 12:15. We just sit on the tarmac because it was so backed up here that there wasn't any gates to fly out of. I mean, to pull in. It was crazy.
Well, was the guest who you taped for the pivot worth that hassle?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Award-winning artist, producer. Yes.
Big boy.
They were. I gotta say they. I don't even tell you if they're a boy or girl. They were.
All right.
Very accepting of you.
Wait for Tuesday. We'll find out when it drops. This Luka Doncic last night, Crowder, you didn't see it, was insane. What he
60?
was dropping down into the net. Like when I say like seemingly impossible shots, just knocking them down like they're nothing.
Oh,
Dude ends with 60.
Into the net, was it? Like where else is he going to put him into? That's how basketball's played, into the net. Thanks for specifying.
Yeah, I'm saying
that.
like into the net, not rim rattling, like just dropping them into the net from all over the court. Dude was insane.
A lot of you mad still?
He took more free throws than the Heat made free throws last night. What are you talking about?
No, let's not criticize a 60-point
wait
game
a
now.
second. Yeah, hold on a second here. I know we're not going to do that. It was about a week ago that Bam stepped to the line 45 times.
You breathe around Luka, and the refs are putting him on the line. It's crazy with this guy already, man. It's crazy.
That team, man, that Lakers team, you still don't give them a chance to get out of the West?
No joke, if Luka's playing like that, they're going to be tough to take out. He's playing at the highest level he's played at since he joined the Lakers. Bro, last night, no joke, second night of a back-to-back. They're not supposed to do that.
They're not even supposed to play, really, by today's NBA standards. They're not even supposed to be out there.
Luka is averaging 39.5 points per game on the second night of a back-to-back. Fifth highest, pacing to be the fifth highest mark or the fourth highest mark ever. And then LeBron, 41 years old, plays 33 minutes on the second night of a back-to-back and gives you a 19-point triple-double. Like, that was stupid last night, how good it was. Stupid.
That was crazy. Yeah, because I'm watching that game, and I'm like, man, are we really just ruling them out of the West? Because they put on a clinic, man. It was something. I gotta give you another something. Tyler Hero, in my mind, is making a case that you don't want to snooze on Tyler Hero. Obviously, he's got to be out there, but man, he keeps you in any game that seemingly is getting away. Crowder, you didn't watch it last night? Tyler Hero kept them in a game that they were seemingly out of.
Oh, if you have a bad relationship and she takes you out to dinner once a week, and that's not, it just makes it okay. It's just one dinner a week she takes you out to. Let's just divorce this thing and move on.
But is it better to not have that one dinner at all? Even if you're only getting the one dinner. If it's a great dinner, are you better off not having any dinners with her?
Let's find us one that can take us to 3 dinners a week. You don't have to. It has to be Carbone. I'll take old Olive Garden.
Well, he's been good. Norman Powell's coming off the bench, huh?
Just last night, he stated he wants to be a starter after the game as well, but no Jaime yesterday, so you needed something off the bench. So they went with Norm. Neither Norm or Tyler played well yesterday. They got their numbers at the end, and the box score looks fine, 21 and 20 points. Both those guys were bad yesterday in the first half and in the third quarter. And then, you know, it's not Tyler's fault. It's not Norm's fault, but those guys can't exactly cover Luka Doncic and LeBron James and stay in front of them. Like, those are tough matchups for both of them.
But very few players can.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. And I'm not excuse making at all. That game yesterday looks different if Andrew Wiggins and Jaime Jaquez Jr. are able to play. I'm just saying, those are your two best wing players, and Andrew Wiggins is your best defender on guys like LeBron and Luka. I'm not saying the Heat win. I'm not saying Andrew Wiggins stacks up with those guys. Like, I'm just telling you, the Heat are a much better team with Jaime and with Wiggs out there, and you missed both of them in a big way yesterday.
But to that concept, Wiggins is on Luka. Does he have 56?
Nah, don't do that.
I also like how you gave the qualifier. Wiggins is not on their level. You sure? You don't think Wiggins is on Luka and LeBron's level?
Okay, mister. The shots he made into the net. Like,
but I just want to make sure, because you do the Heat pregame show. I just want to make sure you are not ready to proclaim Andrew Wiggins on the level of LeBron or Luka.
Wow, Hoch really telling us where the ball goes into. He's basically Naismith at this point.
Who else do you have not comparing to LeBron or Luka? Davion, does he compare? I mean, we should probably go over the roster just to get clarification on who's on the level of LeBron and Luka.
Hoch, when the guys dribble the basketball, do they dribble it on the wood? Is that where they dribble the basketball off of? And yeah, I give that qualifier because, of course, Crowder comes up with the, so if Wiggs was out there, he would have had 56 only.
You're saying it would have been a different. You said it would have been a different game if Andrew Wiggins is playing.
It would have. You're missing your best two-way player.
So now they win by 5? Like, what are you saying?
No, I think it's a different ball game. The Heat yesterday were in the game despite Luka and LeBron having a triple-double, Luka having 60 points. Bro, it was a one score or a 4-point game with 4 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go. You just couldn't stop those guys. And if you had better defenders on the floor, especially a legit two-way threat in Andrew Wiggins, maybe you could have gotten a stop.
Anytime last night, Spo looked down the bench and said, "Damn, I wish I had Wiggs right now."
But honestly, what is the greater point there? You'd gotten one more stop?
No, I think the Heat yesterday and throughout this stretch are not a complete team. They're missing one of the most important players, one of their starters. So while, yes, you're right, they have to compete and be better against the better teams. I'm 100% with you. Well, I also want them to be 100% healthy to go up against those teams. And right now, they're not.
We need
Did
Wiggs,
you
Hawk.
see what Luka was doing?
We need Wiggs, Hawk. Wiggs would have choked him out.
Wiggs, DPOY, man, because they've got voter fatigue.
Luka would have quit. He wouldn't even want to play no more. Wiggs on the court.
You're being ridiculous. Like I'm giving Luka credit for getting to the free throw line 73 times yesterday. Like, I'm giving him all the credit in the world. I'm just saying it's a different ball game if Andrew Wiggins and Jaime Jaquez Jr. were able to play yesterday. Doesn't mean the Heat
game changers.
It doesn't mean that the Heat didn't blow it yesterday. Like, they had a 15-point lead. They got blanked in the third quarter. All those things can be true.
Now, the Panthers, on the good news, still own the Oilers. I mean, you may not go to the playoffs this season. You may not hoist a third Stanley Cup in a row, but you beat the Oilers again. We got that.
Stay on top.
Pat Riley celebrating his 81st birthday today. Happy birthday to the Godfather. And we've got a loaded potato on this Friday. Clay Ferrero is going to join us. Lee Sterling is going to join us with some winners, hopefully. And Josh Appel is going to join us at 4 o'clock. Solana's leaving a little early today. He's got tickets for the Lipton. So he's going to head out there and watch a little tennis.
That annoys me so much.
What are you watching today, man? What's the draw? I guess they say.
Carlitos plays tonight stadium at 7. So I'm definitely going to go watch that. I wanted to be there for the early draw, but, you know, I knew what was going to happen. You guys were going to ride Luka and say how amazing he was. I had to bring a little bit of context to last night's game. So I made...
What was the context? That if Andrew Wiggins was out there, he'd have shut down Luka? You came in today because you wanted to bring up Andrew Wiggins is the Luka stopper the NBA's been looking for?
I felt compelled, a duty, a dereliction to be here. To be here.
What you dropped on us was a duty. You felt compelled to not take the entire day off to bring up Andrew Wiggins would have stopped Luka last night.
I'm missing Amanda.
I'm just teasing.
Anisimova because
Solana's going to the Lipton, and so Appel will join us around 4 o'clock. And why are you laughing?
But Hawk, it hasn't been the Lipton in 2 decades.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It was the Sony Ericsson and the NASDAQ after it was the Lipton, and it hasn't been the Sony Ericsson or the NASDAQ since I was 9.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's still the Lipton. Jimmy, check into that. Call somebody over at Lipton. It is amazing. There's certain things, like everyone in Miami knows what the Lipton is. You could say, honestly, in 2026, because it's been 2 decades, you can say the Lipton, everyone knows what tennis tournament you're going to. There's very few things that something's been renamed. Twitter is a perfect example. Everyone knows Twitter. Has anyone ever said to you, you can't believe what I saw on X this morning?
I have, but they sometimes followed up with formerly known as Twitter. Which is it's just extra words. Just say Twitter.
But the Lipton, like, I still like there's certain things for whatever reason they just take. The Marooney call to the bullpen. How long has it been since there's been a Marooney call to the bullpen?
Bro, 2006.
Yeah,
right?
That's a long time ago.
But everybody knows the Marooney call to the bullpen. I don't know why.
We
just do.
I could sing the jingle to you right now.
Yeah.
When you
Say
need
the
a
Lipton.
car,
Why do we still know the tennis tournament as the Lipton? You know what I mean? Because it wasn't like that iconic of a naming rights deal. Like it was just the Lipton. I don't know why we still all know it as the Lipton.
That's a good question.
I don't, by the way. Like, and maybe it's because I'm too young. I would know it as the NASDAQ or as the Sony Ericsson.
No, you knew exactly what I was talking about. You knew.
I know, but that's because I'm a huge tennis fan, and I haven't missed a Miami Open since I was 2 years old. Like, it's something I always went to. But I know it more as the NASDAQ or as the Sony Ericsson.
No, that's fine. You might know it more as, but I'm saying if you say to anyone, I'm going to the Lipton this weekend, they know. And it hasn't been the Lipton in 20 bleeping years.
Because it's the only thing that was named after Lipton, and you know you're not going to CT.
Right. So they didn't do any other naming rights, right? Like that was kind of out of the ordinary for Lipton tea.
If you say the phrase Lipton, you're going to the tennis tournament or you're drinking tea. That's
right.
It.
Yeah. And nobody would ever say I'm drinking Lipton. You would just say I'm going to drink some iced tea or some tea.
Yeah.
Anyway, glad we've covered that. Headlines here for the start of the show with Alejandro Solana, who's heading to the Lipton today. Brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com.
So I just looked up the history of the Miami Open. It hasn't been the Lipton Championships since 1999.
That's amazing. 27 years?
Yep.
That's amazing.
I wouldn't have corrected Hawk if you were on here. I'd have rolled out and not even known he was wrong. Oh, yeah, the Lipton, yeah. On Biscayne.
It was the Ericsson Open for a year, then the NASDAQ.
For Dennis Ericsson. Remember, he had won the national championship, and we were like, how do we properly celebrate Coach Ericsson? Name the tennis tournament after him.
I don't think that's correct.
Man, that's how I have it in my head.
They might call it the Wiggins if he played every night because he's that good.
Then it was the NASDAQ, then the Sony Ericsson Open. Of course, Dennis Ericsson famously changed his name to Sony Ericsson.
Well, he just happened to love Sony Michel, had recruited him. And
that time frame does not work out. Sony Michel was 2 years old.
Dude could identify talent.
He can't walk yet, but boy, he's going to be a hell of a back.
Now it's officially since 2015, the Miami Open presented by Itaú.
Which I don't know what that is.
I believe it's a bank. Itaú.
It is.
Probably a Spanish or Brazilian bank. Portuguese.
Yep. Isn't that amazing, though? How long have they been the title sponsor?
2015.
And I don't even know what they do. They've been the title sponsor for over a decade. I don't know what they do. I know what Lipton does. They haven't been the title sponsor in 27 years.
Itaú?
Itaú.
I don't know what Kaseya does, to be quite honest.
It's a crypto exchange, isn't it?
No, that was the one that got shut down, the FTX.
Oh.
Kaseya is a leading global provider of AI-powered IT management and cybersecurity software designed for managed service providers, those are MSPs, and internal IT teams.
All right, so that kind of makes sense that I don't know what it does, because how on earth would, like, that just doesn't apply to me. They're obviously not trying to reach me sponsoring the arena.
I don't know what they do, and Solana just read their description.
But like sometimes the title sponsors or the naming rights, they're more business to business. They're looking for high profile accounts and clients. Sometimes it's business to consumer. National Car Rental Center, they're trying to get you to rent cars. The Office Depot Center. FTX was trying to get people to use their crypto exchange. But this obviously is not geared towards the consumer public.
Hard Rock. Know what they do. I like them. Simple. I'm a simple man.
Somebody brought up a good point. Like, it's been Hard Rock Stadium, Dolphin Stadium, Land Shark. There's been several iterations of the Dolphin Stadium. But if I said to you, I'm going to Joe Robbie, I feel like every South Floridian over the age of 15 knows what Joe Robbie.
I think even under the age of 15, everybody knows Joe Robbie.
All right, guys, tonight, it's crazy. NCAA tournament, day 2 of March Madness, and we still have to wait 15 hours for the Hurricanes to tip off tonight.
10?
10:10. I bet it doesn't tip off till 10:40.
Yep, 10:30, 10:40.
I kind of like it because I can watch the whole game now. Kids will be asleep. I'm good to go.
That's true.
Yeah.
The Miami Heat did lose yesterday. Luka, that's the most points ever scored against the Heat, by the way, ever.
Yeah.
60 points. The Heat are going to play the Houston Rockets tomorrow. That's an 8 p.m. game. They're on the road in Houston. Guys, the Florida Panthers deserve a little
Wiggins
bit.
will be back?
I hope so.
Oh, so
Because you know there's only one way to shut down KD.
Oh, no doubles than KD. Just put wigs on him.
I don't understand what you guys are doing with Andrew Wiggins. The Heat.
Solana.
Poking
The
at
Heat
you.
lose. Luka puts up 60, and you say, you know, it would have been a different game if Wiggs was out there.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't get pushback from Tommy Tighe because they have the same agenda. They're doing a Heat broadcast for the Heat. So he and Tommy Tighe have the same agenda. So he's like, well, this worked well last night. We'll talk about Andrew Wiggins not being out there because Tommy Tighe is going to be in concert with them. And then they're going to go to Jason Jackson, Amy Audibert. They're going to go, that's right. Andrew Wiggins wasn't out there. Different ball game. And then Solana's like, okay, that seemingly worked. That seemed to be a good talking point. And then he tries it out on us, not Heat employees, and he's met with a completely different reaction.
Yeah, but you guys not being Heat employees doesn't clear you for just absolve you. Thank you for just how wild your take is, dismissing the fact that Andrew Wiggins, who's the Heat's best wing defender, wouldn't have made a difference yesterday. Like, what are we doing here? Andrew Wiggins,
because he's not Rudy Gobert. And here's the difference.
He's not. He's not.
Here's the difference. I'm not telling you Andrew Wiggins doesn't make a difference out there. Obviously he does. But to have that as your takeaway of Luka's performance last night, which was spectacular, is kind of a reach. Like, sometimes you just look at someone's performance and you go, wow, that was insane.
Sometimes you can do both. Both things can be true. Luka is playing the best ball that he's played since he's been in LA, arguably the best 8 stretch of games from Luka in his career, arguably. That could be true. And the shots he was making last night, right into the net, Hoch, unbelievable. Like the degree of difficulty on some of those makes were ridiculous down the stretch. Also, the Miami Heat gave up 60 points to Luka Doncic because they were missing their best wing defender yesterday. And I think if Wiggs is in the game and Jaime is in the game, those are 2 long players who would have done a lot better at being able to disrupt what the Lakers were doing on the floor, leading to Luka going off for 60 points. Like, both things can be true here. Both things can be true.
We needed Wiggs.
He did it again. He forgot he's not with Tommy Tighe here. He did. I'm telling you, this is word for word, but it was met with from Tommy Tighe. You're 100% correct, Alex.
Best wing defender. I've been doing it 12 years now in the league. Yeah. Well, I've seen him play Luka. Plays him tough. No, it's Andrew Wiggins, Solana.
It's a funny chat. You're right, Solana. Luka, instead of easy buckets, would have scored 60 uncontested buckets. Does anybody know what Watsco does? Watsco Center?
It is an air conditioning company.
That is correct. So is it like Train or Carrier? Like it's like a air conditioning units or Watsco units, or it's like a air around the clock, whatever that comes out to your.
Based on what I'm looking at here, it's heating and refrigeration equipment and related parts.
Oh, okay. So like a Carrier or something, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You can do that around any sport, and I wouldn't have any idea.
Ooh, Santa Clara is beating Kentucky 73-70. It's over? Santa Clara just beat Kentucky?
No.
I mean, they're 10.
Oh,
No, they're in OT.
It's what?
They're in OT.
Oh, they're in overtime?
Kentucky's winning 83-79.
That might have ruined the parlay.
Well, who was your parlay?
I did all the I do all the favorites.
Kentucky's not like a huge favorite, are they? It's a 7 versus a 10.
No. And Kentucky this
Okay.
year is just like whatever.
Okay,
they're
never
a 7
mind.
seed. Yeah, it looks like Kentucky's going to win that game. Texas Tech is holding on against Akron right now. There's still 8 minutes to go, and Arizona's coasting against Long Island University. The Sharks. All right, guys, your weather in South Florida right now. Shout out to the Panthers. Seriously, they dominated in Edmonton yesterday.
Anybody have Josh Giddey over on assists?
No, I
He
didn't.
had 19 assists.
But he had 4 points the night before. I'm going to stay away from him.
He only had 9 points last night, too. He had a single double, 19 assists.
You say phrases that aren't phrases. A single double.
Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 75 degrees. Looked like it's cleared up in the Miami area as well. A couple showers earlier today. That's your weather.
All right, Clay Ferrero from Local 10. He's going to join us next.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Somebody has dubbed me on the text machine Bad Bet Bunny.
WQ
right, Clay Ferrero is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Now, Clay, and you watch him on Local 10, sports anchor and reporter. Clay was not down here in the late 90s. When did you come here, Clay?
2014, March of 2014.
So if I say to you, Solana's going to be at the Lipton this weekend, do you know what I'm talking about?
He's going to be drinking some tea.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. So you have to have grown up or lived down here, because that's the Miami Open is the Lipton. Most of us or older people know that it's the Lipton.
Oh, was that when it was on Key Biscayne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Oh, it's an awesome event. Still is. I was able to cover it. I want to say 2 years when it was still on Key Biscayne, and there was certainly something really nice about making that drive out there and enjoying it. But they've done an amazing job at Hard Rock Stadium with the event as it is now too.
There was nothing nice about sitting in traffic for 20 minutes to go a mile, Clay.
But remember, we did the show out there a few times, Crowder, didn't we?
Yes, and we sat in traffic and had to park in Hialeah and walk over to the stadium.
That was the worst part. Yeah, the worst part was the walking across the street or taking a shuttle bus. But you really would sit in traffic forever. But what a great setting it was once you got there.
Yeah, I must have driven out there when in off times, because I don't remember sitting in the traffic, but I do remember people talking about that. And that's something that would be a non-starter for me. I'm not a traffic guy at all. Not a fan.
What about food? Will you wait at a restaurant for an hour for a table?
Yeah, I'll hang out. Obviously, it depends on if you're time crunched for something. But if I've got a night and I'm out with my wife, we got a date night or whatever, and I can go up to the bar and hang out for a little bit. Yeah, I've got no problem with that.
Clay, will you drop your name? Will you hit him with the Clay Ferrero, Channel 10? Will you hit him with it?
Oh, I will say, don't you know who I am? I am Channing Crowder, and they will get me in there immediately. Like, there is no way after that.
Clay, I'll name drop all day. I bring up people that they don't even know.
Clay, I would just walk in with a microphone with a Local 10 mic flag on it.
Oh, man.
Pretend like I'm kind of working. Oh, yeah. Pretend like you're on the phone. When do you need me to do that live hit from Pat Riley's house? Excuse me. Yeah, 1 second. I'll be at Riley's house later. A table for two.
No, so you don't know. When you walk in with a Channel 10 mic flag to any restaurant, the first thought is, oh, God, here's Jeff Weinstein with Dirty Dining.
Dirty Dining, yeah.
Dirty Dining.
That would be the worst thing
You're right.
to do.
You're right. You're 100% correct. All right, Clay. So we could talk Heat. We could talk Canes. Which basketball team do you want to talk first?
Oh, man, probably Canes, just because, I think it's very interesting the way that Jay Lucas has put that program together. I was out there the other day for the news conference before they left, and then when the team was sent off. And I am just so impressed by him. And if you're a Miami fan, man, you got to hope that the type of money that you're spending on football, and not the exact amount, I'm not going to get crazy here, but they're going to have to start spending on basketball. And they did, and that's how they're able to assemble this year's team, but keep spending on basketball because, Jay Lucas is so impressive, and he's a rising star. And what he's been able to do in one season and how the players talk about him, just very, very impressive. Yeah,
that turnaround is one of the more remarkable turnarounds we've ever seen in South Florida sports. Like from where we thought it was going to be, because you figured, well, at least going to take a couple of years for him to get his footing, get the right kids in, and man, he did it in one off season. Tonight, though, this is a tough one, Clay, because it's a real late start, and it's in St. Louis, which is where Mizzou is. Canes are slight favorites. How do you see tonight playing out?
And that's where I just have no idea. I will say that they're doing a really good job. Jay Lucas is doing a really good job of the galvanizing. This is a road game for us. We've been really good on the road. I think I kind of feel like, I don't want to say they're overplaying it, but they're using it to their advantage as much as they can compared to like the type of atmosphere it's going to be. I have no clue what it's going to be like there, but for a late night and It's still a couple hours away. I'm geographically challenged, but I think it's still a couple hours away from Columbia. So I don't know how crazy it's going to be there. But I think they're doing a really good job of navigating that whole thing. The thing that's remarkable to me, and we were talking, Dave Hyde and I were talking before the news conference the other day, and he actually asked Jay Lucas this. Has there ever been a team that turned over literally an entire roster and then made it to the NCAA tournament? And actually, Dave Hyde asked Lucas about that. He said, we were looking it up, and we think Kentucky may have a couple of years ago. But that's how remarkable this is when you talk about the turnaround, that it's not just the poor record from last year. It is literally an entirely new roster and a new coaching staff, which is just, it's mind-blowing to me.
And Clay, their style of play, like, Joe Z talks to us all the time, like they're not a shooting team. They're a paint team. They're a get-to-the-line team. Do they have to extend a little bit to make a real run, be able to hit some more threes to make a run in this tournament?
Man, it's a great question, and I think they can win the way that they play. Now, you kind of feel like you might run into one of those teams that's shooting the lights out and can knock you out. So as far as making a run, you're kind of banking that you're not going to run into a team that does that, which is kind of challenging. But I think they can make it to the Sweet 16 with how they play. I thought that was very impressive too. His answer to how he built this roster, he said, positional size. We saw what worked at Duke, and obviously it's because we had great players, but also we had positional size, and eventually that wears on the other team.
I was joking with Solana when we started the show. I was saying, one thing I've observed about the Heat is they seem to have a tougher time with the better teams than the worst teams. And last night, Luka was ridiculous, and the Lakers look really good. Are the Heat what we think they are? I can't. I'm still like. They went on that little bit of a run after the All-Star break, but now they kind of are back to who we think they are. What are they?
Oh, I don't know. And I think part of the frustrating thing is they kind of revert back to who we thought they were once they start getting guys back healthy. I do still think that, man, having Andrew Wiggins as being that defensive wing presence would help a lot, but I just don't know, and I'm still not seeing what the fit is going to be with, Hero and Powell and everything else as it's currently constructed. They're already trying to figure out who's going to come off the bench. So I think they are who we thought they were, and I think
hold on. I can't take this anymore because Solana's giving us the finger on the video screen because he said when we were praising Luka's game last night, he said different outcome if Wiggins is out there. And we said, well, wait a second. That's a little bit of a stretch. Yes, you want Wiggins out there, but now you just said they're missing Andrew Wiggins, but I don't think you meant it the same way Solana did, but he's giving us the finger, and I just want to get clarification from you.
Good take, Clay.
I am on board with Solana 100%. Like we did not talk about this at all before I came on the air. Not a single bit. It has nothing to do with. But I do think if you look at the team as constructed, and this is what's hard. It's a hard conversation to have. But if you have a Wiggins out there instead of one of Hero or Powell, are you a little bit more well-rounded? And I think that's question they're going to have to ask themselves this offseason moving forward.
Yeah, and Clay, I think, my larger point was that Jaime and Wiggs are vital to what the Heat do. Yesterday in the third quarter, when nothing's working for you offensively, the Lakers kind of slow things down and Luka goes berserk. The Heat normally would lean on Jaime to push the pace, get into the paint, and just be that other option when Tyler and Norm aren't able to knock down buckets. I go back to a Barry Jackson tweet where he talks about this all the time, like the Heat constantly need to play it like maximum effort. And Spo yesterday saying we need more from everybody. Ultimately, they are who they are, and they're going to need to maximize every healthy body available in order to compete with these top teams, right? That's the situation we're in.
Well, sure. And I think, from the flip side of that, I'm sure, if the Lakers were looking at it like, man, hey, we got in at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. or whatever, and it took us a little while to wake up. So I think everybody has a reason when they're looking at it for their performance. But yeah, they're not going to go anywhere if they're not getting max from every player on the floor. But I think that's part of the problem. We're talking about, they are who we thought they were, in the sense that is that really realistic to expect a team and a full roster to give you 100, 110% every time they're on the floor?
And Clay, something else Hawk was talking about with Tyler Hero, because he'll give you them spurts of scoring, which I love those guys. Just give me the basketball and get the hell out of the way. But I think he's ran his course. He's going to want new money soon. I think that I don't know if he's a mainstay here in Miami, but Hawk was kind of saying he'll show you some signs every now and again that he might be able to be that guy, and they might have to pay him.
And that's the problem, is somebody else might. And the other problem is that, man, just wish that he could have a healthy season. And now it's getting to the point where we know that's something that Pat Riley has said about the availability part of this being very, very big. And, so it's hard for me to envision them giving him a max contract when you look at the games played versus the games not, and you start to factor in the inconsistency in play when he's actually out there.
One more question about last night. The Lakers, because before the game, I had said to Solana, do you think the Lakers have a chance of being the team that comes out of the West? And he said, we were kind of all in agreement. OKC, San Antonio, Denver really would be the three leading contenders. When you watch that last night, do you say to yourself, you know what? Lakers might be the team that comes out of the West.
No, I'm still with your take from yesterday. I just think, and we'll see the Spurs on Monday, but I just think, man, over the course of a series, what Oklahoma City and San Antonio can throw at you, and I'm not even sure that I'm ready to put Denver in that category yet. I just think OKC and San Antonio are in a class of their own.
How do you feel about this take? I launched this on the air yesterday, and I launched it. I workshopped it on the air with Solana, and then I launched it on Twitter this afternoon. I maintain the only food item that comes out of a box in your freezer, and it's better than if you had prepared it yourself, is an Uncrustable. An Uncrustable is better than a homemade PB&J.
Oh, that is false. That is,
Really?
Because it's not.
What?
Yeah. Have you ever made, man, because the problem with an Uncrustable is it's a fixed amount of peanut butter and jelly. And I like
Fixed
a lot
at the perfect
more of
amount.
those. No, it's fixed at bread, PBJ, bread. Like, still too much bread for me. I want it slathered. I want it slathered, dripping. If I pack it for a lunch, I want it soggy. I need more PB&J than what the Uncrustable's given me. I'm sorry.
Really? This
Agree
is
with Clay.
shocking to me, because I think it's the perfect mix of bread, PB, and J.
Yeah. Well, I mean, then look, then
I
you'll
should
be
have gone
perfect.
B, PB, and J. Man, I messed that joke up. That would have been a better joke.
My kids like them though. My kids are fans. So,
But don't you like?
as
There's
usual,
There's nothing else like that. You pull a frozen pizza out of the freezer. While it's satisfying, it's never as good as if you fire up a pizza yourself and you bring one in from a pizza shop. Like, the actual notion of pulling out a prepared food item and it being better than if you could make it yourself, I think falls solely to the Uncrustable.
Well, are you talking about like just making it yourself if you're like a terrible chef or cook or whatever, or like just the universal you? Because like,
I mean, everybody knows
feel
how to
like-
make a peanut butter and jelly, though. I don't think it requires
Right.
great chef skills.
No, but you're talking about extrapolating this out to like an entire, because like, all right, there's some good cannolis that'll come out of a box. I mean, I'm Italian, and my dad raised me on eating cannolis. You can get good cannolis out of a box. Now, they're not better than what you would get at a bakery, but they're sure as heck better than I could make.
Hawk, when's the last time you put on an apron and prepared anything?
No, but peanut butter and jelly, that's not cooking. Like, I'm
When's the
just
last time you
talking
made
about
a
a peanut butter and jelly. I don't put on an apron to make a peanut butter and jelly, but I can make a peanut butter and jelly. It's one of the few things, if not the only thing, I could make.
Okay.
But
so
now I don't
again,
need
what we're
to
doing
because of
is
the
we're-
Uncrustables.
What we're doing here is we're changing the argument. We're not actually like debating this. You ask, is there anything else? And I'm trying to add to that discussion, and you just keep going back to the PB&J.
Well, I'm going to give you something that'll shock you. I believe cannolis are top 5 worst desserts offered in the world.
I mean, I don't know what my Italian people have ever done to you, but no, you've now got all of us against you.
They're just like there's nothing to it. They're tasteless shells. It's not like a sweet cream. It's like some sort of cheese-like substance. No one knows what's going on in a cannoli.
It is exactly sweet cream cheese. What are you talking about?
Nah.
I'm with you, Clay. I love a cannoli.
I've had cheesecake before, and it's delicious. You have a cannoli, you're like, what is going on here?
I don't like cheesecake. I can't take cheesecake. Give me no. Now, I will say...
Well, now your Wiggins take makes more sense.
I feel like that's how all of our conversations, when they start to go outside of sports, end is, oh, yeah, your terrible take on this now makes your terrible take on sports make more sense. Thanks for joining the show, Clay.
Hey, Clay, today's National Ravioli Day, and I just wonder how ravioli compares to the other stuffed pastas in the world. Is the ravioli the premier stuffed pasta?
No, give me tortellini. Give me tortellini. I like going smaller with the pasta. So give me tortellini. I like it better than stuffed shells, though.
How about when you go to a restaurant? How about when you go to a restaurant, you order ravioli, and it's just one giant ravioli?
That's kind of like just a stuffed shell then, right? It's just a bigger,
but it's flatter,
gigantic stuffed shell.
Yeah.
It really depends on what it's stuffed with. But I'd be fine with it if it's stuffed with something good.
True or false? Truly the best stuffed Italian dish is mozzarella sticks.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm on board with that. If you're going to count that, then 100%. Yes.
All right, fair enough. We're definitely counting that. Yes. Clay Ferrero from Local 10. Thank you, Clay.
I'm glad we ended on some harmony, something we could agree on.
See ya. There you go. Clay Ferrero from Local 10. We'll take a break. We'll come back.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You had hey Hoch. You had Clay's head spinning.
And him backpedaling like I was Luca and he was Andrew Wiggins.
He had to have hung up the phone and just gone.
He's like, what did I agree to there at the end?
Mozzarella sticks.
I'm like, I was playing 3-card Monty with him. I got him to agree that cheese sticks. Look at that. Yeah, we know we're on hot mic. We know. We're doing it for you guys. That was funny. Yeah, I was pulling out the entire bag of tricks. I finally just wore them down on a cheese stick steak.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because Italians get so mad if you say cannolis are trash. That's like, yeah.
I happen to agree, by the way. Like
they're the worst.
I don't understand the appeal. Today's also National Macaroon Day. The cannoli and the macaroon. Macaroon, you're biting into something that
the little soft cookie with the gel.
Yeah, there's nothing inside other than like a tiny little piece of
I have macaroons in my refrigerator right now.
Stop it. Like the little macaroons. French pastry macaroons.
With the 2 little airy biscuits and the gel?
Yeah, let's make a biscuit that tastes like you're biting into nothing, so you're almost biting your tongue, and let's put nothing in between it.
Man, they're delicious. Y'all got the wrong macaroons.
Man, who would keep macaroons in their house?
Someone with a wife that likes macaroons.
I mean, what kind of bougie snack is that to have?
Want some macaroon? Yeah, bring out the macaroons. Hell. Say it with a deep voice, it makes it cooler.
All right, see y'all in about 6 minutes, 3:00.
We back at it with the steady, Hotman, Crowder, and Solana. 305, cafecito time, dame una colada. Got some interviews next, always got dope guests. Get the cesspool live, dropping comments and likes. We about to get right, talking sports, my G. Listen to Odyssey and 104.3. Live and back on GeorgiaMusic.com. Hitting it at the park like a mad Mervis bomb off power. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for that 3 o'clock. Ready for that 3 o'clock. Are you ready?
3 o'clock
for the 3
hour.
o'clock?
We got ourselves some Hurricanes basketball tonight. It'll be a late night tonight, but you can listen to the game here on 104.3 FM WQAM. Joe Zagacki is in St. Louis, and he will be on the call tonight as the Hurricanes try to advance beyond round one. It will be a tough one tonight. We had some fun with Clay Ferrero in the last segment. We were joking after the segment was over that I had him backpedaling at the end, and somehow I got him to agree that mozzarella sticks were the best stuffed Italian food, which I don't even think it's certainly not a stuffed pasta, which is what he was talking about, but I don't even know if you'd consider it a stuffed food, more of a breaded food. But regardless, Happy National Ravioli Day, everybody, including Clay. Did you see, speaking of food, the Masters menu?
No. Isn't it the same every year?
No, not the concession stands. The Masters winner, gets to have the dinner, and he gets to choose what the menu's going to be. And, it varies so widely based on the player. Wow. So here's the menu for this year. It's Rory McIlroy, who was the winner of the Masters. The appetizers: peach and ricotta flatbread.
Ricotta.
Bacon wrapped dates.
Dates.
Now, I will tell you, Lori loves dates. So do I. Lori keeps dates on the kitchen counter. And if she's craving something sweet or needs a little snack during the day, she has a date. So do I. Dates are really good, underrated. I had never had a date till a couple years ago. And they have substance, like you feel like you're eating something. You know what I mean? Like it's not like but also like it's satisfying,
filling, like it.
Yeah,
it's not like an empty snack. It really is filling. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm looking at the menu because all we have is just pitted dates. But I was looking at this menu that Rory McIlroy has: bacon wrapped dates with goat cheese and almonds. That sounds fantastic, right? Because you get a sweet and salty sensation going there, I'm guessing.
Delicious.
I've never had a date.
Like, where would you have that? Bacon wrapped dates? Like, where would I see that? Would it have to be a Mediterranean restaurant?
No, I think like you would do that yourself. Like if you go to a restaurant or if you go to a friend's house, maybe they'll have like a charcuterie board out and they'll have that prepared for you so that you can throw it down. Like that's a TikTok thing. That's a girly TikTok thing. Valentina has that.
Dates themselves or bacon wrap dates?
Exactly what's on his menu. Bacon wrap dates with goat cheese and almonds. Valentina has that all the time. That's why I started eating dates. I had never had dates in my entire life.
They're really good, right?
They're delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious. You eat them cold with bacon on them?
I mean,
cold bacon?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I eat the dates room temperature, but I don't know how you would serve them with bacon. I don't know if you can cook a date or not.
Yeah. Yeah, you can cook a date.
Can you? I don't know.
That's one of the foods I've never had. I've been in some nice restaurants.
They happen to be very good. So anyway, bacon wrapped dates, rock shrimp tempura, and grilled elk sliders.
Those
are the appetizers.
Yeah.
First course, yellowfin tuna carpaccio. Oh, Mike Mayo is texting me. Hold on. He's the food expert. Dada in Delray Beach has great bacon wrapped dates. Dada is an excellent restaurant in Delray Beach. There you go.
Dada?
Dada, D-A-D-A.
Check it out.
Like Dada 5000?
That's not his name.
What was his name?
Was it Dada 5000?
Wasn't it Dada 5000?
Yeah.
The fighter.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
triangle.
we used to have, for a minute, we were having him on like every other week.
What was that? The triangle
Yes.
fight ring?
Yes.
The triangle.
The triangle.
The triangle. The
You know who has
strongest shape in the world.
You know what's bacon wrap dates? I was there last weekend. Cebada Rooftop in the Gables. The owner, Georgie, is a massive fan of the show. And I was there last weekend. Valentina's texted me. We ordered them at Cebada last weekend.
Oh, I want to go there.
Like massive fan, like free dinner massive fan or massive
That's
fan?
why I wanted to go there.
what kind of massive fan, Solana?
He's just a good dude, and he happens to own a phenomenal establishment.
Okay.
Well, I want to go for the bacon wrap dates.
I want to
Then-
go with a discount.
Rory McIlroy, first course, yellowfin tuna carpaccio.
Love it.
And then the main course, your choice of Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon. And dessert is sticky toffee pudding, vanilla ice cream, and warm toffee sauce.
Hoch, there's something that you glossed over there, though. So the side for the filet mignon or the seared salmon, which what a ridiculous option. Everybody's going to go with the filet mignon. Who would go with the seared salmon? But it says traditional Irish champ.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, sauteed Brussels sprouts, glazed carrot with brown butter. That all sounds delicious. Crispy Vidalia onion rings. What are I'm not familiar. What are Vidalia onion rings?
Oh, Vidalia is just a type of onion.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
type
okay.
onion.
So it's like saying red onion rings or whatever.
Gotcha.
Like when you want to make it sound fancier, instead of saying onion rings, you say Vidalia onion rings. Yeah. But here's what he says. So he talked about the menu. This is Rory McIlroy talking about it. He says, here's why he made each selection. Peach and ricotta flatbread. I wanted to try to bring a little bit of the local ingredients in. So I'm doing a Georgia peach and ricotta flatbread with hot honey. Hopefully that goes down well with drinks. So that's a little shout out to Augusta, Georgia, doing the peaches and stuff. Rock shrimp tempura. He says, I think everyone likes rock shrimp tempura. So sort of a crowd pleaser with that one. Bacon wrap dates. He says, my mom does these really, really nice dates stuffed with goat cheese wrapped in bacon. Thanks to Rosie for that one. Oh, so the goat cheese is stuffed inside the date?
Oh,
That sounds
now,
delicious.
This does sound good. Dada.
Holy mackerel. Get me to Dada quickly.
I'm telling you, I'm going.
Or what's the place in the Gables?
Sabata.
Get me to Sabata. Stat. Grilled elk sliders. He said, in the build-up to the Masters last year, I was eating a lot of elk. I don't want elk to be the main course because I didn't know if everyone would like that. So I'm doing grilled elk sliders, which I think is fun.
Have you ever
Have
had
you ever
elk?
eaten elk?
I have. It's a red meat, but it's a strong flavor. You can't just say it. You can't just say it's beef. You know it's not beef.
Why would one eat elk instead of beef?
It's supposed to be healthier, and it's it's non-processed. You can't raise an elk like they're wild caught and all this stuff. But you know it's not a cow now.
Is it like
It's good.
bison?
I've eaten it 100 times.
Like bison meat? Would you compare it to that?
So, yes, same exact way. Where it has the texture of beef, but as you taste it, you're like, what kind of cow is this?
I tried to do that. You buy like the ground beef, but the bison ground beef because it's leaner and it's got more
Well, that's what they have at
protein.
Funky Buddha, the bison sliders.
Yeah, but when you buy the ground beef, if you don't season it properly, it has like a very distinct flavor. to it,
Gamey.
like very gamey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it dries out because they have less fat on them, so you can dry a damn elk patty out real fast.
What's an elk? Is that like with big antlers?
Some of them have antlers. The women don't.
Big antlers? They like rams?
No, an elk is pretty much an elk, Hawk. It's an elk.
Well, let's say I didn't know that it was an elk. What would I compare it to? A reindeer?
Yeah,
Damn.
I would say like
You
a
know
deer.
what?
Yeah.
A deer, yeah. Maybe a moose.
A moose.
Larger. It's
Moose.
larger, yeah.
Mooses are large.
Yeah. Meese.
Mike Mayo says Vidalia onions are from Georgia. So there's another nod to Augusta. And then Rory McIlroy says about the yellowfin tuna carpaccio. My wife Erica and I, our favorite restaurant, or one of our favorite right now in New York, called Les Bernardines. Eric Reipert is the chef there. This is a dish from that restaurant. It's a yellowfin tuna carpaccio. It's a really thin slice of French baguette with a really thin slice of foie gras on top of that. Have you ever had foie gras?
I had to have had it, but I don't know what the hell it is.
Isn't that it's like a highly controversial menu item, foie gras? Isn't that where they stuff the something to like almost death? Yeah. Foie gras is a luxury food product made from the fattened liver of a duck or a goose, known for its rich buttery flavor and velvety texture, produced through a process of force feeding that causes the liver to become fatty. I think it's often outlawed in many places because of the way that they force feed the
duck,
the animal. Yeah,
that's crazy. Just throw some bread. They eat all the time when I throw them bread.
Yeah, you're not going to get the liver fatty enough by doing it that way. And then for the Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon, he says it's an amazing honor to be able to host it, but at the same time, I want everyone to enjoy it. I went for 2 different options for the main course: the Wagyu filet for people that wanted red meat, or a filet of seared salmon, so depending on what you want. And they said about the sides, when I was a kid, I used to eat Irish champ by the bowlful. I don't know what Irish champ is. Do you?
That's the vegetables?
It's a side. I don't know. I'm guessing if it's Irish, it's got potatoes in it.
Creamy mashed potatoes mixed with scallions, butter, and milk. Just mashed potatoes.
God, that sounds delicious. It's just a very creamy mashed potato.
Just mashed potatoes.
But with milk and cream, let's go. I'm down with the McElroys. Oh, and he says here, yeah. Crispy Vidalia onion rings. Vidalia not too far away from Augusta, about a 2.5 hour drive. And then he says, sticky toffee pudding, I think very much a crowd pleaser. Sticky toffee pudding with vanilla ice cream on warm toffee sauce.
I like it. I go eat with Rory.
Whose Master's menu was going viral at this time for being like the best for its simplicity? Was it Bubba Watson's?
It was like a piece of chicken and either side of potatoes or salad.
Yeah, it was like
Enjoy it.
super. Hold on, let me see if it was Bubba Watson.
He had an elementary school lunch.
Yeah. Traditional Caesar salad, then a grilled chicken breast. That was your only choice. There's no appetizers, no nothing. Traditional Caesar salad, grilled chicken breast is the entree, confetti cake for dessert.
I'm down for confetti cake.
That is your Master's menu, Jimmy.
100%.
That is
That's crazy. Salad, chicken breast, confetti cake.
That's a field trip in elementary school. You won the Masters, bro.
You know, speaking of food, which is all we've done for the first 15 minutes of the 3 o'clock hour here, Mark Light Shake announced what their shakes are for this weekend's series against Creighton. It's Creighton, right? They're in Omaha.
Yeah, Creighton Drake.
So they say, who knew that the Reuben was invented in Omaha? We did. In honor of Creighton, here it goes. The Mark Light Shake for this weekend is a vanilla shake with corned beef, Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, Russian dressing, and rye bread.
Oh, yeah. Ain't gonna sell many of them.
I love the Swiss cheese just hanging off the cup there.
How about the damn slice of meat inside of the shake?
But talking about simplistic palate, I had said to Jimmy, because he's like, no chance. I said, if I gave you $100, would you down that shake? You don't have to drink it all. Like you eat the piece of cheese, you eat the piece of corned beef, and he said no. And I'm like, for $100, you would not do it. He said no. And people are probably going to buy that for $12.
Damn, Jimmy, you got it good at your house.
You never had a Reuben?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I like a Reuben.
Jimmy, you're 40, right?
This
Yes,
is 40.
I have.
All right, let's do headlines here for the 3 o'clock hour with Solana, brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com.
I'm going to the Miami Open. I told you just to
Lipton, you're just you're almost there.
And they do have the Golden Glizzy. Have you guys seen this? The Golden Glizzy at the Miami Open.
$100.
$100 Australian Wagyu sausage, a full tin of golden goat caviar, creme fraiche, and gold flakes served on a croissant bun. $100 golden glizzy.
I saw Giselle eat one on the news.
$100 hot dog?
Caviar.
Oh, yeah. So it's probably they
Mike Mayo from Let's Eat South Florida has had, he just texted me, the tuna carpaccio at Le Bernardine in New York, which is on Rory McIlroy's Masters menu. He says, top 3 meal I've ever had. And that's a picture of it.
I'd love to know his top 3, or I guess the other 2.
Is that a meal? That's a tapas.
No, he says here it's a 9-course lunch tasting menu.
Oh, wow. Okay. So really, it is tapas.
Yeah.
Say, I'm high class.
And then I get a text. I see a text coming in from Buddha. I don't know if you know Buddha. He used to run Prime Italian. Miles owned Prime 112 and Prime Italian. Buddha, who lives in Boca, ran Prime Italian for a long time. Now he runs Burt and Max's in Delray Beach, and he works for Burt Rappaport, who's a big restaurateur. So I see a text coming in from him. I'm like, oh, he's going to weigh in on the food as well. And his text says, can't catch an effing break, Santa Clara for a 4-teamer from yesterday.
I go to Prime Italian. Oh, he don't have the hookup there no more.
Oh, he's still got the hookup. If you need to get into Prime Italian or Prime 112, you call Buddha.
I want a guy. I think I can get in. I just want to cut on that check. I need that.
Well, that's not. No one goes to Prime Italian or Prime 112 looking for a discount.
I go everywhere looking for a discount.
What's wrong with you?
I negotiate at Walmart.
All right, we got for
So
headlines.
you say $58. I got 55.
The Miami Hurricanes, they do play tonight. Mizzou, the game is going to be played in the Lou. 10:10 p.m. is the scheduled start time from Enterprise Center. That's home of the St. Louis Blues. The game's on True TV, but tonight, of course, listen to it on FM 104.3. Joe Zagacki on the call.
What time does our broadcast start? Do you know?
9:30 tonight.
9:30?
Yeah, 9:30. The Florida Panthers are in action tonight. Second night of a back-to-back. They end that 4-game West Coast road trip. They're in Calgary. That's a 9 p.m. puck drop. That'll be on AM 560.
Oh, I didn't even realize the Panthers play tonight.
Yep. Play the Flames. The Dolphins, they signed punter Bradley Pinion. Unrestricted free agent. That's your Dolphins news for the day.
I had told you joined the show about 20 minutes late yesterday, Crowder. Do you see who the Dolphins signed yesterday? He's coming back? Tabor Pepper.
Tabor Pepper.
Do you remember him?
Yeah, that was 6-7 years ago, wasn't
But do you remember our connection to him?
No.
So he's the long snapper. He came to the studios to learn about broadcasting.
Big old white boy.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Really?
Because
Bring
you
him
had
back in.
lectured him and a couple other guys about broadcasting. No, it was part of that Dolphins.
The career transition board.
And you
Why you
brought
say
them into the
lecture?
studios. You
I
lectured
didn't
them
lecture. How about I help them with a smooth transition?
with a lecture.
I'm a great speaker.
Jimmy, what time did you say the Bournemouth game starts?
4:00.
4:00. Is this the first Bournemouth game since Michael B. Jordan won the Oscar?
When was the Oscars? On Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, look at that. Michael B. Jordan, one of the owners of AFC Bournemouth. That's our club.
That's different type money there.
You're not lying. No, a small owner, but still, got a piece.
You got a piece in a Premier League club. You've got bread.
It's a good piece.
Yeah, 4:00 today. It's in the Jurassic Coast, Vitality Stadium, Bournemouth, up the Cherries versus Manchester United. Do you guys ever see
the Cherries?
Do you guys ever see that clip of this kid? I mean, he's all like one of the more popular soccer Twitter or social media accounts now, where he said he wouldn't cut his hair until Manchester United won 5 consecutive games. And it's been now 2 seasons. This dude's hair is like a bush.
He looks like Afro Man.
Yeah.
I went down the Afro Man rabbit hole last night. I can answer any question you have about that lawsuit, and I can recite every track from Lemon Pound Cake.
Zigzags and a Colt 45 or something. Come on, man.
Different song. How dare you?
Oh, okay.
He's popping off, man. Afro Man. He's got to come out with a real song now. Like one new
There's a
hit.
whole album dedicated to the cops that were part of the raid on his house. There's an entire album, each song dedicated to a different cop. It's one of the funniest damn rabbit holes I have ever gone down.
Crazy, man.
I cannot stop singing. One of the cops' names, man. What was it?
That's
somebody is a son of a bitch, but it was the guy who led the raid on his house.
The dude that was messing with his wife, or
yeah, but I don't know if that's true or not. I think that cop, was so dumb. He didn't understand what the question was. Randy Walters is a son of a bitch. And by the way, I'm not saying that. This is an Afro Man song talking about Randy Walters, but it's the catchiest earworm. I gotta find, because I want to make sure that I'm not playing the entire filthy. Every song is filthy.
Yeah. Be careful with that.
But Randy Walters is a son of a bitch. I'm telling you, one of the catchiest little tunes you will ever hear.
It can't be.
I can't go much further.
So
hold on. I gotta protect Jimmy at all costs.
So I can't watch Unsolved Mysteries, but you can listen to Afro Man for 4 hours.
I'm telling you, I've never been more entertained in my life. Listen to this earworm. It gets filthy, but it's such an earworm. That's the cop that raided his house, and he's just like, and he's a Randy Walters is a son of a bitch. And they're showing the video, like they're showing clips of the raid. It's brilliant. This is performance art at its finest.
He won an award for that.
I'm telling you, all day long, I'm walking around. Lori thinks I'm nuts. She has no idea what I'm talking about. Randy Walters is a son of a bitch. Ooh.
Does he have like an American flag on?
He's got a suit that's an American flag. He's on the witness stand in an American flag suit and sunglasses on.
Oh, boy. Fame these days.
Man.
Hey, Hawk, since when is Caleb Williams the Iceman?
I don't know. George Gervin is the Iceman to me.
That's what I thought. But Caleb Williams, your boy, the Bears quarterback, has filed for a trademark, Iceman.
Huh.
Apparently, that's his nickname now. He's calling himself the Iceman.
Is he calling himself, or he's always been called Iceman?
He's calling himself the Iceman now as of 2025 because he has ice in his veins from some of the comebacks in the postseason for the Bears or before the postseason.
Because I'm going to go Mount Rushmore of Icemans. It's George Gervin, then Val Kilmer in Top Gun.
Was he Iceman?
Someone was Iceman in Top Gun. I'm not necessarily. I think he was Iceman, wasn't he?
I think that was his buddy. Because it was
no,
Maverick
his buddy was
and
Goose.
Oh,
Tom
okay.
Cruise. Tom Cruise was Iceman, no?
No, Tom Cruise was Maverick.
Maverick. And then an Iceman superhero?
No.
There might be.
Yeah.
One of the
a
Avengers?
Marvel, some one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Iceman. Yes. He's a superhero. Marvel Comics.
Oh, Chuck Liddell, someone says on the chat.
Yeah. Well, he's wasting
Is he
his
the
money
Iceman?
filing that paperwork. Yeah, and he's not going to get it. Like Iceman, you can't just buy that.
Paul Wall. That's a good point.
Huh?
The people's champ.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Walters is a son of a bitch. It's such a funny song,
It's
man.
not a clever line.
That's what makes it so clever.
The Florida Panthers play tonight. They're in Calgary. The Miami Heat, they play tomorrow. They are in Houston. And at Canes baseball, we learned about the Mark-like shake earlier for this weekend, but they do have that 3-game series versus Creighton tonight, 10:10 p.m. Go Canes. Kick that Mizzou ass.
Yeah.
Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 75 degrees. Tonight, the lows, they'll be in the upper 60s.
All right, Lee Sterling is going to join us in the next segment. Hopefully give us some winners for March Madness Championship. Meet Energy is nonstop at Gulfstream Park with live racing every Thursday through Sunday. Featured stakes races on Saturdays. Tickets to the 75th running of the Curlin Florida Derby are on sale. They are going fast. Secure your spot right now for South Florida's biggest race day of the year, which is Saturday, March 28th. We'll get you ready for the big race on Friday, March 27th, when we do our show live from Gulfstream Park. Also, on Saturday, March 28th, starting at 6 p.m., Gulfstream Casino will be giving away a new Ford Maverick and a share of $20,000 in free play. Earn entries for the new Ford truck all March, including 5 times entries on Mondays. Reminder, too, Cirque du Soleil Lucia is currently playing at Gulfstream Park, runs through April 25th. Go see it under the big top. Get your tickets right now. Get all the info right now. Get your tickets for anything you want and see the daily race entries as well. It's all at GulfstreamPark.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I have a package
Corn
of
dogs.
frozen corn dogs in my freezer right now as we speak.
I'm sorry to hear that.
the same old song. I know
Broadway. Lee Sterling is a professional sports handicapper, and the website is ParamountSports.com, and you can follow him on Twitter at Paramount Sports. He is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Is March Madness your busiest time of year? Do you have... I'm guessing you're making more picks during March Madness than you normally would, especially like, say, this weekend, Thursday through Sunday. But is this your busiest time of year?
It's not even close. It's so much busier than the Super Bowl. I mean, it's nonstop. I mean, I have more clients that go to March Madness in Las Vegas, probably 3 times the amount that go for the Super Bowl.
And are you watching TV all day long? Watching games all day long?
When I get finished with the segment, I'll send a picture of my man cave. So my daughter's in this weekend. I've got a friend over. My wife's in there coming in and out. Friends. What I do is I have a sign-up sheet online where people can sign up for certain periods to watch games in the man cave.
Do you feel like you missed something? Because like I'm almost relating it to watching film as an athlete, where you be like, I got to watch third down again. I missed something in, on 4th and 1. Do you get kind of crazy about it?
Oh yeah, the greatest game, maybe the tournament took place just a little while ago. The Kentucky game against Santa Clara. So I mean, you're juggling the games. I've only got 3 TVs, so if there's a game we're not betting and there's a blowout starts taking place, like last night with Houston, a blowout. If that game was early, we would turn that game off. But this is the greatest 4 days. I love the Super Bowl. I love football more. You and I are football guys, Channing. But bottom line is, first 4 days of the tournament, you can't match it. I mean, the upsets. I mean, High Point. I mean, and what other kind of sport can High Point knock off a giant and maybe have us to continue dancing?
Do you live bet at all? Yesterday during the show, we're watching the Duke game, and we all live bet Duke. They were down how much in the first half?
12.
Maybe like 12 at the end of the first half,
maybe
or 11.
13, something like that.
We live bet Duke minus 6.5,
Wow.
and then they won by 6, of course.
It looked like a gimme. Looked like
a gimme. Yeah. Do you live bet?
Yeah, I do. I do a lot of live betting. So I got to take off like a half hour, an hour, go eat something, get on the treadmill. You got to do something just to take your mind off it a little bit. But there's not a whole lot of exercise going on. There's probably 2 30-minute fast-paced Peloton walks during the next 4 days. That's it.
All right. Well, let's jump right into the Hurricanes game then tonight, which will be a late one. Canes, last I looked, were 1.5-point favorites against Mizzou tonight. You have a side on this one?
Yeah, I like Miami a lot here. So some people will say Missouri got a lucky break having the game at home, but it's not really a home game. Shooting in a different arena is totally different. Miami was not phased going on the road this year, and I kind of discount that last game. Might have been a blessing losing to Virginia, where Donaldson gets the 2 fouls early and gets hurt. I just think that this team is one of those teams that may not have one great player, but 5 players playing together and a few of the guys off the bench. Not much contribution off the bench this year, but they just play well offensively and defensively and also in transition. Most important thing in March Madness, having a really good point guard, and Trey Donaldson offensively controlling pace and also his defensive pressure are second to none. And then finally, I like the fact that they lost by more than 20 points in their conference loss in the tournament. Teams that lose by 20 or more and go to the tourney, I think there's something like 74% over the last decade, first game, March Madness.
Speaking of I'll get your other picks here in a second, but speaking of Lee Sterling has, been a baseball season ticket holder forever. And the Mark Light shakes, they do a special shake for the opponent. And I texted it to you earlier today in honor of the Reuben having been created in Omaha, and Creighton's in town this weekend. The Mark Light shake is a vanilla shake with corned beef, Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, Russian dressing, and rye bread. Will you be indulging in that?
I probably wouldn't drink it if you gave me $50. I mean, just not appealing. Doesn't have now the Reuben the shake that they had before the Boston College game, Boston cream pie, vanilla ice cream, and the vanilla extract. It was superior, one of the best I've ever had. So they should make that a constant shake at Mark Light Stadium. But I might go tonight for 2-3 innings, check it out. But that Reuben shake, not on the menu.
And you like a Reuben, though. I like a Reuben.
Love it.
But not in milkshake form.
Not. It doesn't go together. There's nothing that goes together there.
Yeah. Not in my wheelhouse either. Who give us a winner in March Madness? Give us a tournament bet that you love.
Starting in less than 30 minutes, Utah State. Biggest bet of the day for me today.
Ooh.
Jared Calhoun, the head coach for the Aggies, done a great job. They're under the radar the last 2 years. They built a team on experience. Top 15 in Division I experience. Top 6 players. They have 4 seniors and a junior, and that matters in the tournament, especially in the last 2-3 minutes of the game. Villanova, they benefited from a really weak Big East this year. Of the 11 teams in the Big East, only UConn, St. John's, and Villanova had a winning record. They built it off beating some really bad teams. I think Utah State's going to win this game by 7 to 10 points. Starts in 27
So I see it
minutes.
on the Hard Rock app. It's minus 1.5 Utah State. And Villanova's actually seeded higher than them, right? Villanova's an 8 seed and Utah State's a 9 seed.
Yeah, it's just because we don't see Utah State, the Aggies, very often.
Would you ever in a game, because I was looking at Crowder's Florida Gators, they're 35.5 point favorites over Prairie View A&M, whatever that is. Would you ever lay 35.5, or it's kind of comical because you don't know who's going to be playing by the second half?
Right, probably not. I usually only bet games up to about 27, 28 points in the first round. There were some people that bet Duke before the game money line minus 9,600 to win the game. You talk about sweating. Yep.
You know, it says here, do you know what the Florida money line is, Crowder, on the Hard Rock app?
I'm looking at it because I'm taking every bet that Lee's giving us, so I'm putting them in right now.
Florida money line is minus 100,000.
Wow.
That's insane. Unless they put an extra 0 in there.
Man, does Prairie View have 5 players?
I think it's probably minus 1,000. They got players. They got guys that got a uniform.
It is I mean, they have it listed at minus 100,000, but I don't know if that's a typographical error.
Might be. I've never seen an odds that big on the first game. Never.
I added it to my parlay right now, and the winnings went up $1.
Okay.
Yeah, minus 100.
I should just leave that one. Should I just leave that one off, Lee? It's no
I would
point.
leave that one
don't
off.
add your dollar.
Leave that one off.
So you've got Utah State over Villanova. That starts in about a half hour. And then you got something for UFC tomorrow?
I do. Michael Venom Page. He's an Englishman fighting another Englishman, Sam Patterson. Now, both these guys have fought like 4 or 5 fights in the UFC. Michael Page is actually 38 years old. Patterson is 29. Michael Venom Page has trouble getting fights. No one wants to fight this guy. This guy is long. He is dangerous. His 4 fights in the UFC have been against guys ranked 10, 29, 10, and his loss was a 9th rated fighter, Ian Machado Gary. Sam Patterson took the fight. It took a while for them to find someone to take this fight. He's also an Englishman. He's fought the 58th, 56th, 79th, and 70th rated fighters here. His loss was to an unranked fighter. This line's minus 175. It should be minus 375. Michael Venom Page, just the question is, does he knock him out cold in the first round, or does he just play around with him like a lion does, you know, with an antelope, a baby antelope? He should win this game, this fight here easy. Lay the 175. This is a coast-to-coast easy winner.
All right, I like it. So Lee Sterling's got laying the points tonight. Maybe some late night action. He's got Utah State laying the points against Villanova in just about 30 minutes. Find out what channel that's on, Jimmy. We can watch that for the second half of the show. I was going to put some money on Bournemouth and watch that on USA, but I'm going to watch Utah State instead. And Michael Venom Page to win Saturday night in UFC over Sam Patterson.
Late Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon.
Starts at 1 o'clock from London. Yeah.
All right, very good. Lee Sterling, the website is ParamountSports.com. He's a busy man this time of year, but you can check out the website, ParamountSports.com. You can follow him on Twitter at Paramount Sports as well. Have a great weekend. Good luck. And if you are feeling gutsy tonight, you try that milkshake, let us know.
Not that gutsy.
We'll see you, Lee. There you go,
See you
Lee
guys.
Sterling. The website is ParamountSports.com. We'll be watching for the Utah State game in just about 30 minutes. Give us a little something to do. All right, the 4 o'clock hour is coming up. Solana's going to take off and head to the Lipton. He loves tennis. And Josh Appel will join us at 4 o'clock. He can deliver us the headlines. And Appel, we're kind of giving him a mulligan from earlier this week. He had a terrible appearance.
Is he at his dad's house?
No, he's got his good internet connection.
Okay,
So he's going to join us starting at 4 o'clock. Enjoy the Lipton, Solana.
Miami
If
Open.
you get
but
the if you get the golden glizzy, let us know.
I will. You any of you want to cover that for me, like a show expense?
Yeah, Crowder's got you covered.
How much is it?
$100.
Man, I just paid my mortgage.
Anyway, 4 o'clock hours coming up. Have fun at the tennis tournament, Solana.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. But before I go, let me tell you about how I won yesterday. You guys know I've been talking about Prize Picks, telling you they changed the game.
Oh, you hit a five-legger.
I hit a 5-legger that I gave on the air yesterday while the show was going on. While I was talking about Prize Picks, I gave a 5-legger. Bam Adebayo, more 1.5 assists. He ended up with 2. Bam Adebayo, more 20.5 points. He ended with 28. LeBron James, more 14.5 points. LeBron had 19. Luka Doncic, more 24.5 points. He had 60. That was easy. Tyler Hero, more 20.5 points. Tyler, 21 points. And Hoch, I'm always telling everybody, on Prize Picks, you can do flex play. I could have done that yesterday, a bit more of a conservative approach. Had I hit only 4 of those 5 legs, I still could have cashed out. But I went for the power play, which gives you the highest payout possible. I hit it. That was a $20 Prize Pick lineup. Power play netted $100 yesterday in that win.
Nice win.
That's how simple it is. It took me 30 seconds yesterday to open up the Prize Picks app, put that in. I did it on the air with everybody yesterday.
You know what you should have done? You should have added Josh Giddey assists. More.
Much more with 19 yesterday. And I won myself $100. All you're doing is picking more or less 2 to 6 player stat projections. And if you get your picks right, like I did, you can cash in, turn your hot takes into real money. So here's what you do. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code Solana, SOLANA. Get $50 in lineups. All you have to do is play your first $5 lineup. So you download the app, you play your first $5 lineup, and if you use my code Solana, SOLANA, to sign up, you are going to get $50 in lineups that you can use and hopefully cash in. I love Prize Picks. I've been telling you guys about it for a while, so join me and millions of users. Download it right now. Again, it's super simple. Screenshot me your lineups every night. I've been doing this with a bunch of our listeners, a bunch of people who follow me at Alex M. Solana, having a lot of fun sharing some of our lineups every night. You must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Somebody has dubbed me on the text machine Bad Bet Bunny.
WQAM broadcasting live from the...
Hey, Appel.
Hello.
Man, you sound unbelievable. Let me tell
What
you.
did sound compare?
You sound unbelievable.
I mean, after, bro, there was so much going on. I later found out that there's a separate Wi-Fi connection for that room that I was in, and I said to my dad, "Why wouldn't you tell me that beforehand?" He goes, "Which one were you on?" I go, "The one that I was on in the house." And he goes, "Oh, there's a different one for there." Like, great, thanks. It's useful information now. And then I've been dealing with these awful migraine headaches for the last like 2 or 3 weeks, like crippling, awful, terrible. And I got treatment for it this morning, and today's been a good day. So everything's coming up roses.
I had told Hoch that it's funny because you had told me right before we went on the air, like, yeah, I'm having just this terrible migraine, and then we just ripped you for 30 minutes.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
All right, bro. I'm forwarding you. I don't know if you want to just open up the rundown that I have, but I'm gonna forward you.
Should I make a bunch of edits to it?
I mean, I wouldn't trust anything I put.
No, I'm saying that. What did I screw up last year at one point? I had the wrong rundown and I deleted a bunch of stuff.
Oh my God, no! Don't do that, please.
Can everybody on the live stream see this right now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, hey guys.
I also I made because you saw the story about how the Dolphins have like they have a record caps or dead money.
Yeah.
Like the record amount of dead money in the history of the league since like 2013 or whatever.
Yeah.
I created a new Dolphins fight song all about, we just haven't had time to play it. So you guys could play that. My guess is you just stay away from it since I'm not here. Let me.
I just opened up the outline and it's what I put in there from the last time I filled in.
No. Hold on. Let me
send me the right link.
No, you're on this one, man. Hoch and Crowder rundown.
See, I have outline.
No, that's just the one I have for you and me.
Oh, okay.
You don't have a one that says rundown?
Rundown.
Hoch and Crowder rundown.
I got it.
I'll share it with you if not.
No, I got it.
Okay. So when you open that, you're going to see all the live reads, all today's birthdays.
Yeah.
Feel free to throw that in, by the way. Tiger King premiered on Netflix. We did a lot of Tiger King stuff during the pandemic.
Okay.
And then scroll down, you'll see headlines.
Where's that Tiger King thing? Oh, I see it.
Yeah, you can literally just copy and paste it if you want. On this day, whatever. I would say that for 5 o'clock though.
Well, I can't stay till I'm only doing the 4 o'clock hour.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Adios.
Appreciate
Enjoy
you.
Whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Do I have to clock in for this?
Yeah, do it.
Incredible. Time of our lives. Big NWSL matchup tonight in Denver. Well, it's in Orlando, but I'm only doing the Denver call.
Are you on the call?
Yeah, for the Denver local feed. So if you're in Denver on the YouTube stream and you're a fan of the Denver Summit,
we might have a couple Denver rights.
Yeah. Let me see what channel it's on, just so I can. The Spot Denver 3. It's Script Sports. So basically, Script Sports Denver.
All right, bro. I'm gonna put you behind the scenes, and then Jamie will bring you up.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, man. Later. All right, chat. Later.
PM and we back on the clock, so don't get cutesy. Dog lead the station unlocked. We got the sports talk and the drama to make sure the T-clock. WQAM is the Avengers with no weak spot. For Joe Rose, Woody Bo, Omar and more, Tobin and Leroy giving gooses galore. Yeah, for 2 to 6 is reserved for 3 legends. The captains of America, not no Chris Evans. From Spritz to McRibs and calling out game scores. Hot man, Crowder, Solana. Get ready for some more.
Here we go, 4 o'clock hour. And Josh Appel's going to tag in for an hour while Solana heads to the Lipton.
Hey.
Do you know, Appel, when I say the Lipton, do you know what that is?
I know the Tipton.
The Tipton.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah, you've lost me on that one. I don't know what the
Disney
Tipton
Channel
is.
show.
You know what that is, Jimmy?
Yeah, it's a parody on the Hilton.
The kids show on Disney Channel that I grew up watching.
So do you not know what the Lipton is?
No idea.
Really?
Yeah. How do I sound, by the way?
Sound great.
Amazing. Don't never go to your dad's house again.
I found out, I was telling Solana during the commercial, I found out after the fact that the room that I was in has separate Wi-Fi from the regular one. And my dad asked me afterwards, "Oh, we were on the right Wi-Fi?" I'm like, "Well, how was I know there was a different one?"
Yeah. I can't say anything. Yeah, I was a dad until about 2 months ago when Hoch sent his Wi-Fi guy to my house. I'm a Wi-Fi snub, a snub now. Yeah.
He had Scott come to his house. I've had Scott go to Appel's house. Scott set up Starlink in his house, and it's like Crowder is right in your living room, wherever you're listening to the radio.
How great is Scott?
The best.
Oh, Scott's amazing. Scared my son though.
Why? What'd he do?
I don't know. He just that Chaz was home. He was sick, and he sees a guy walking through the house, and Chaz ran in and said, "Daddy, there's some guy in the house."
So it wasn't necessarily Scott scared him. It was just the random person walking around the house scared him.
Yeah, no.
Which is that's a good trait, by the way.
Yeah, well, he's my son. We're not scared of nothing. We're Crowders.
Well, said he was scared.
I gotta tighten him up.
Before we get into it, stock market report that's sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Just a brutal week on Wall Street. It's been a brutal 4 weeks on Wall Street. Dow Jones down 443 points today. That's percent. S&P 500 down another 1.5%, down 100 points. NASDAQ down over 2% today. That's down 443 points. Do not look at your investment accounts or retirement accounts because month to month, it's going to be ugly. Josh Appel is going to sub in for Solana here for headlines, and we're going to talk to him this hour. When we brought you on this week, I actually wanted to ask you about the Jalen Waddle trade and some Dolphins questions, some other stuff, and we just, for those who weren't listening, what was it, on Tuesday, I guess?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, it was internet connection was just terrible, and we never really got rolling, and then it just it was a bad segment, and so we give him a chance to make up for it today. We'll see how it goes. Been a very good 2 hours and 7 minutes so far.
Bad good segment or good bad segment?
So it's funny. I thought it was a terrible show Tuesday. I mean, terrible. Crowder gave us a pep talk at 4 o'clock on Tuesday, like tried to do a second half speech.
We had to get going, Josh.
Did it
the
work?
Speech was as bad as the first half. And I thought the show was absolutely brutal. And I kept saying it over and over again. And I got so many DMs that night on Instagram and tweets, people going, man, that show was great. And then someone even pointed out, they DM'd me the next day because I was talking about it the next day. Remember, Coach L was on with us on Wednesday. And I said, and we started the show with Coach L, brought him on at 2 o'clock. And I said, the reason you're starting the show with us is we need some leadership here. We're coming off the worst game of our lives, and we need a Final Four coach that can get us there. And somebody DM'd me, and he goes, Hoch, every time you think you've had a terrible show, we, the listeners, love it. So I thought it was a terrible show Tuesday. Apparently it was a great show. So we probably owe a debt of thanks to your dad and his separate Wi-Fi connection in that room.
I just think it's clear you don't know what good radio is.
Well, that's very possible. And nor do the people that keep hiring me.
We got him for 10 years, Josh. What?
Amazing. Truly amazing. Let's do 15 minutes of heat. That's brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Someone had emailed Ira Winderman in the Sun Sentinel today. What happened to the Heat's defensive pride? This goes back, by the way, to the opening of the show to when Solana was here and we were talking about Luka, and he was saying, hey, you're missing Andrew Wiggins, and that's a big deal. And I was saying, hey, yeah. And then someone put on the chat, like, hey, so Luka doesn't score 60 easily. He scores 60 contested,
Right.
But so someone emails Ira and says, what happened to the Heat's defensive pride? They let Luka score 60 after he played the night before and arrived in Miami at 4 a.m. That's unacceptable on every level. And Ira Winderman responds, or is it as simple as greatness finds a way? Which is kind of what you and I were saying at the beginning of the show.
Was it an ethical 60?
It was an ethical 60. This is what the NBA is about, Ira says, winning through superstars. Luka Doncic is every bit of that, something the Heat lack. In a league that favors offense, where referees think nothing of rewarding efforts by such players with free throws, sometimes the best scorers outscore even quality defenses. Yes, the Heat have Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and Norman Powell, but they don't have a Luka. Sometimes it's as simple as an unstoppable force being that, no matter the drain of the NBA schedule. So now, Kevin Durant next, followed by Victor Wembanyama, and then Donovan Mitchell. The star power will keep coming while also reminding the Heat of what they lack.
I compare it. I brought up the same the game when Brady had 50 touchdowns and Moss had 28 receiving touchdowns. We knew what was going to happen. We didn't let him get 3 touchdowns. He went and got 3 touchdowns. We did double 84, base under roll, double 84. We could put anybody you want on him. If Randy Moss set his feet in the end zone, he's jumping 14 feet in the air and catching the ball. They're going to go get what they want. And that's what Luka did. Luka's an amazing player. He's going to go get it. I don't give a damn if Wiggins is out there, if damn Gary Payton, the glove was on him. Luka's going to go get his points.
You say it. People say it all the time, right? Oh, shut down Derrick Henry and you're going to be fine. Okay. Well, you shut down Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Go set the edge over there, big man.
Anyway, Heat back in action. Is it tomorrow, Josh?
Yes, at Houston at 8:00.
Yeah, that's the KD game. Okay, let's do headlines with Josh Appel here, and then we'll talk some Dolphins with him and some other stuff. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. Josh smarting over the USF loss yesterday in March Madness.
I did have USF +5 though, which I had
Covered
no business
barely
with.
at the end.
Yeah. You shoot 4 of 33 or whatever it was from 3. Hard to win a game like that. And your leading scorer goes like 0 for 14 from 3. I'm not bitter
He's
about
not salty.
Yeah. As long as it's not another, 14 years before they're back in the NCAA tournament again. The last time they were in it, I was not in college yet.
Wow.
That's
I didn't
how
even
long.
know that. That's wild.
Miami, though, they play in the first round of the tournament tonight against Missouri. That tips off at 10:10 p.m. Who's staying awake for that? Because I'm not sure I'll make it to halftime.
Yeah.
Me, because I have a bet on the game, and it's in 2 parlays, so I will be watching the UM game to the end.
Crowder, you ever heard of a wake and win? You put in a bet, you go to sleep, and you wake up with the anticipation of whether you won or lost, and then you see that green, it's a wake and win, and the time of your life.
I'm trying to wake and win.
Well, I've planned for a wake and win before, but I always miss out on the second half, which is the most important half of the wake and win. The win. I get Wake and loses.
Well, seems like a you problem.
It is a me problem.
Well, YOU, not you as in.
I got you.
Yeah.
No, it is a me problem.
Just making sure.
It's fun.
But I do have the Canes tonight, -1.5. I also bet from Lee Sterling in the last segment, Utah State laying 1.5 against Villanova. I'm watching the game right now. It's on TNT. They're just doing the introductions.
You know that meme where the guy sleeping and the girl's sitting there and she's like, oh, he's cheating on me. And he's thinking about, him and his boys going fishing. That's me. Like, I'll be laid in the bed and I'll be thinking about that the crappie are now spawning in Lake Okeechobee. So I can't go to sleep if I have a bet on the line, Josh.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If I've got money on something, I'm not going to sleep.
Yeah.
As evidenced by the couple nights that I didn't sleep at all because I was betting table tennis at 3 a.m. from Uzbekistan.
Everybody goes through a table tennis phase on the Hard Rock app. Everybody does.
You really do. It's a rite of passage.
Damn profit boost. You can't give me a profit boost and not utilize it. I'm using my profit boost.
A risk-free Uzbekistani table tennis bet? I'd be crazy not to.
I'm convinced. Have you watched the live streams of those on the app?
No.
Oh, that's the way to watch. Yeah, totally.
I'm convinced they're in a prison and they just cycle them out every hour. Because these same guys, they'll play like 17 matches a day. And they're just in some prison, some room with no windows, one door. It's the two players and whatever referee judge is in the room with them. And it's their punishment.
It's quality TV. I'm telling you, 2, 3 a.m. That is quality streaming right there.
You might need to fix your Ambien prescription.
No, that's what gives me the excitement.
We just talked about it. The Lakers, they beat the Heat last night. Luka goes for 60. LeBron, a triple-double. Heat have lost their third straight game after it looked like they were putting it together. What, they win 7 in a row, 6 in a row before this?
7 in a row.
Yeah, that's the, I guess, the false hope winning streak here down the stretch of the season. Heat will try and stop that losing streak against Houston tomorrow, and if they can't, it doesn't get any easier after that because Wemby and the Spurs follow the Houston game.
Yeah.
How about the Panthers? I mean,
they still own Edmonton.
Own it and own them and then some. Ridiculous. 4-0. I'm in soccer mode. 4-0 win for the Panthers over the Oilers.
Rebound, Utah State. Sorry.
I meant to go back and listen, by the way. How was the reaction to that Kentucky-Santa Clara game on the air as it was happening? Were you guys watching it in real time?
No, I thought I was watching it. I was watching a replay. I didn't know what was going on. I thought Santa Clara had won the game in regulation, and then Jimmy's telling me, no, it's already almost the end of overtime. I didn't know what was going on.
Literally one of the best sequences of college basketball, maybe ever.
It was.
Utah State's up 2-0 right now over Villanova. Let me see if Hard Rock's offering me a buyout.
Are we micromanaging this situation a little bit?
Yeah, I probably should not be paying this much attention to it. I'm going to have to turn to the Bournemouth game.
The Panthers, they end their Canadian road trip in Western Canada tonight at Calgary before coming back home. Canes baseball.
They're still mathematically in it. I kind of ejected a little bit.
Yeah, but they're like 11, 13 points out. The Eastern Conference in the NHL this year is unbelievable. The Panthers right now, if they were in the Western Conference, which would be incredible considering we're obviously in Southeast Florida, right. They would be either tied or like a point or two out of the final playoff spot if they were in the Western Conference. And they are 13 points out of the second wild card spot in the East right now. Crazy. The West is really bad. Canes baseball this weekend. They have a 3-game series against Creighton. Mark like Shate on Twitter. That's Mark like. Oy.
Yeah, on a rough goal. But we've talked about it several times today already. So
Mark Light Shake on Twitter asked who knew the Reuben was invented in Omaha. And so in honor of Creighton, the shake this weekend, vanilla with corned beef, Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, Russian dressing, and rye bread.
Yeah. We talked about this several times during the show already. We talked about it with Lee Sterling. He's going to the game, and none of us are in. While we like a Reuben, none of us are in on that milkshake.
Is any acceptable meat in a milkshake?
Oh,
There should
great
be no meat.
question.
I would do like a specialty like brisket milkshake, I think.
But it's in a milkshake, so it's gonna get cold. It's cold meat inside of a milkshake.
You know what I did like on the Mark Light shake? The picture, it's got that piece of Swiss cheese just flopping off the cup, and I love Swiss cheese. I could have a piece of Swiss cheese any time of the day.
He wants a piece of Swiss.
By the way, the Canes, they're playing Creighton. We should point out, as I have before on the show, the head baseball coach at Creighton is a listener of this show.
Yeah?
Mark Kingston. Yeah.
Hey.
There you go.
Oh, welcome to town, Mark.
He used to coach at UM back in the day. What a time.
How about that?
Inter Miami, they're at
What's
NYCFC.
the Creighton team name?
Excuse me?
What's the Creighton team name?
They're the Blue Jays.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Even in basketball, like across the sports.
Mm-hmm.
Creighton Blue Jays.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Could have given me 1,000 guesses. I never would have gotten there.
What would have been your first guess?
Creighton Drakes.
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
He should have named it.
Inter Miami, they're at NYCFC on Sunday at 1
Utah
p.m.
Villanova tied at 6.
The Dolphins, they signed a punter. Bradley Pinion.
Yep.
They've
What's your opinion?
They've taken the Falcons kicking battery with them down here. Zane Gonzalez, Bradley Pinion.
Come on, we're not. Zane Gonzalez isn't going to be on this team, right?
Mm-hmm. No, he'll. I think he'll beat out Riley Patterson. I mean, Riley can't kick a 50-yard field goal. Zane was pretty good last year at those.
Yeah, fair point.
Biggest news of the day: Dennis Rodman going into the WWE Hall of Fame.
How do you feel about that? Because you're the wrestling guy on this show. I think people found out Dennis Rodman's love for wrestling, maybe watching The Last Dance, because that was a big part of the storyline. He made a number of appearances with WWE, but you were a wrestling aficionado. Does he belong in the Hall of Fame?
Well, he made a lot of appearances in WCW with NWO, but obviously WWE bought WCW. Jimmy was just doing the air guitar for the NWO theme song. I saw that, Jimmy. Good stuff. The WWE Hall of Fame, they always have a celebrity go in every year.
Right. I think Mr. T has gone in. Yeah.
The president,
Didn't Rodman steal a drink from you or Dr. Chuck or something?
No, he was placed at my table at the Cheetah because it was a very crowded night. And he was very cantankerous and surly. And I started to tense up because at this point he was very famously friends with Kim Jong-un, the dictator of North Korea. My father fought in the Korean War. And I remember now I may have had a few drinks that night as well. I started having this internal dialogue. Lyle's on a troop ship for 6 weeks to get to North Korea. He's fighting there. And now you've got this guy who's being a jerk at my table is also friends with Kim Jong-un. And now I'm like getting there. And Victor Bermudez was with me. And he was like, because I started to make it known that I wasn't happy with what was going on there. And Vic was like, Hoch, I got to get you out of here. And that we were there for a boxing match. And he's like, I think I got to get you out of here. But it was Vic, Dr. Chuck, and Jim DeJoseph. They're all big guys.
You, Chuck, Jim, and Vic, y'all would have wore Rodman's ass out.
Yeah, I mean, I had to wore his ass out from across the room. I wasn't getting involved. I mean, he was gigantic.
He's a big man.
Dude was gigantic. And I know Vic and Jim and Chuck would have had my back.
Yeah.
But Vic was like, let's get you out of here. Which was probably the better approach.
My run-in with Rodman. Rodman had a club in downtown Fort Lauderdale called Rodman's Rehab. They had like foam parties and different things. Me and Ronnie Brown, we didn't even know, like, we were just partying. We're rookies. We're just going party in Fort Lauderdale. And we go and we have our own table. We got our own bottles. We're hanging out.
With foam?
It was a foam party, but if you get the
Who likes a
table,
foam party?
Those were such the rage for a minute, those foam parties.
Listen, and
Get out of here.
Bikinis and the foam, and then the people are dressed to foam party dress. We gotta go sometime, Appel, and you'll enjoy it.
I don't know if they do foam parties anymore.
But the lady comes and
back in my day, it was asbestos parties, but we didn't know better.
So the lady comes to us, makes this big deal about, because Dennis is here. Dennis is here. So he has a table. The lady gets us out of our section, walks us over to Dennis Rodman's section. You got to meet Dennis. Okay. We walk over. She says, hey, and he's had an enjoyable night with some mind-altering substances. I don't know which ones.
Allegedly.
Dennis Rodman?
She's
the Hall of Fame wrestler?
She's like, hey, this is Ronnie Brown. This is Channing Crowder. The Miami Dolphins. And, they came out to the party. He turns around, nods, and turns his back to us and doesn't say another word to us. And we're standing there in this section. And at that moment, I'm like you, Hawk. I'm like, man, F this dude. What?
Because you didn't want to go over there anyway.
I thought he wanted to meet us. I don't want to meet him. I don't give a damn.
That's because what happened was the GM at the Cheetah came up to me and he goes, hey, listen, we're so overcrowded tonight. I just got a phone call that Rodman's coming. Would you mind if I put him at your table? And I'm like, oh, Chicago Bulls guy. Yeah, like for sure. I think, fast forward to 2026, I'm going to be texting D-Rod, hey, what are you guys doing tonight? And whatever. It didn't go that way.
Crowder, you and Ronnie thought that Dennis was locked into SEC football and loved the Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown.
No, but the lady said to them, hey, you got to come meet him. They didn't go, hey, we want to go meet Dennis Rodman.
I mean, think about it, though.
At least turn around. I just wanted this, Josh. He turns around. Hey, man, how y'all doing, man? Nice to meet y'all. Appreciate you coming out to
Next
the club.
round's on me.
Yeah, I see what y'all drinking. So something cool, and then he can go to talking to the girls again. He didn't even he literally turned around, nodded his head once, and then turned his back to us and kept talking. I should have punched him in the kidney.
We did a show once. I don't know if you recall this, Crowder. This was years ago when we used to take calls. We did a segment on run-ins people have had with Dennis Rodman, because everyone in South Florida has had a moment with Dennis Rodman. He's just wherever. And my favorite one was a guy Christmas Eve running into Dennis Rodman at Walgreens about 11:45 p.m. in Walgreens. It's this guy and Dennis Rodman. They're in the candy aisle. And he's like, and we started singing Christmas carols together. And I go, that's a great Dennis Rodman run-in.
That's a good story.
It's believable,
and
it's a great run-in.
Maybe that's how he and Kim Jong-un became such close friends.
Possible.
Christmas carols.
Utah State up 13-8 right now over Villanova.
I love it. Josh, you ever heard my Bruce Smith story?
I don't think so.
It's kind of like Hawk's story. So I'm in a club on South Beach. The manager comes up. It's already like 1:30 in the morning. There's no tables left. Comes up. He knows I play ball. Bruce Smith comes with, two ladies. He was like, hey, do you mind if Bruce sits at your table? There's no tables left. I'm like, that's Bruce damn Smith. I love Bruce Smith. I've never met him before. He comes to the table. I have like a bottle of tequila and a bottle of Hennessy. Him and his two friends
love that combo.
Drink every drop of liquor. I had a cigar, we'll call it. Takes the cigar, and then they leave. Bruce,
you made Bruce
drank
Smith's
up
night.
all. He drank up all my liquor, stole my cigar, and walked away. I was like, well, that was a great experience with Bruce Smith. This is terrible. This was the worst night ever.
Let's see. Before Bruce sat down, I had 2 full bottles of alcohol and a special cigar I had been looking forward to all night. And when Bruce Smith left, I had no alcohol and no cigar.
want to hang with Bruce anymore. This is a terrible situation.
Never meet your heroes.
Send me
Never
Jesse
meet your
Tuggle.
heroes.
So I want Jim Kelly. I
Great
need somebody
story.
else.
Such a great story of him just getting up and jetting, and Crowder like it hitting him of what has just transpired.
Well, goodness gracious, Bruce.
Your weather 75 degrees, off and on rain. And those are your headlines.
All right, Josh Pell's going to stick with us for another segment on this Friday. Low testosterone, that's a real issue for many men. It can lead to poor sleep and low energy, brain fog, reduced sex drive, can make it difficult to stay in shape. We all know a healthy body plays a major role in overall health and well-being, and it's why I talk about Atlantic Men's Clinic on this show. I go there for a testosterone shot once a week. I've been doing it for over a year. I'm thrilled that I do. I wish I had started sooner, to be honest. If you are feeling sluggish, just don't feel like you used to feel, I highly recommend Atlantic Men's Clinic. More than just testosterone, Atlantic Men's Clinic can help men lose weight, support metabolism, improve gains in the gym, and more with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more. With the low T treatments combined with the body composition programs, most men notice real improvements, and I'm talking more energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts. You just feel like yourself again. So if you're feeling sluggish, if you're feeling the decreased sex drive, you're putting on weight, you find yourself having less productivity at the gym, you wake up feeling tired, you're ready for sleep after dinner, you got those symptoms, schedule a consult with Atlantic Men's Clinic. They have 7 locations in South Florida. Call them at 877-455-7300, 877-455-7300, or you can visit atlanticmensclinic.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Who would be interested in Abuela Danger? in a fun Friday. We'll keep it going here. Watching the Utah State Villanova game. Always fun when March Madness is going on. You got a lot of action. Hurricanes tonight. You will hear the game here on this very radio station, 104.3 FM, 9:30 p.m. pregame with Joe Zagacki from St. Louis. And you can hear the Florida Panthers tonight on AM 560. AM 560. Josh Appel is still with us. He was with us earlier in the week. It was a bad internet connection. It was the day that the Dolphins had traded Jalen Waddle, and that's ostensibly why we had brought him on. So I'll give you a redo here, Josh, and now you've had more time to think about it, too. What did you make of the Jalen Waddle trade, and would you trade Devon Achane if the price was right?
That was a joke about that.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, just making sure. So
it had been a great show up until that.
So the Dolphins have Tutu Atwell, Jalen Tolbert, and Malik Washington and Theo Weiss at receiver. I'm not sure that the Dolphins necessarily were like, I don't know this. I literally do not know. I don't know if they were actively shopping Jalen Waddle this offseason. We know they were listening to offers at the trade deadline, but that was obviously before Sully and Jeff Hafley were running the show here. But I don't think there is any scenario where a team offers what the Broncos offered the Dolphins for Jalen Waddle that you say no. The Dolphins got a good offer, and they made a trade. And for their purposes, now they've got 7 picks in the top 108, I think, of this draft coming up. To answer your question about Devon Achane, I don't think the Dolphins should actively look to trade him. But if there's a team that comes to them and says, hey, we'll give you a first and X for Devon Achane, maybe you do that. Because you're getting into a scenario now where Devon Achane is going to want to get paid. And the Dolphins are not in a position where they're a Devon Achane away from contending, right? Like, if they had drafted Devon Achane like next year, and he is what he is, and it's time for their extension, they're just starting to hit their stride in this rebuild that they hope for, maybe you pay him. If they end up paying him anyways, I'm not necessarily opposed to it. And again, I don't think they should actively shop him. But if some team comes to them and says, we'll give you a first-round pick and something else, I think the Dolphins have to do that, given where they are in tearing this whole thing down to the studs.
But isn't to that point, though, like Devon Achane, like you're saying, you're an Achane away. So we have this setup, we have this system, we have this roster. Oh, let's bring in a very fast back, and he can do something for us to put us over the edge. I was thinking about it before I asked the question. Maybe Jordan Brooks, I think, could be a mainstay where I want him on my team.
Yeah.
But if you want to do this reset, Josh, aren't they doing it the exact perfect way? I love what they're doing. Getting assets in the draft, getting cheap contracts. They have to fix this $150 million dead money they have and reset this organization, tear the entire house down to the foundation and build it back up.
Yeah, for sure. And that's exactly what they're doing. And some might say, well, if this was their plan, then why even bring in Malik Willis? But it's not like they committed to Malik Willis for more than the next couple of years. So if Malik Willis turns out to be bad, they get a high draft pick in the next draft, and they draft a quarterback. And then Malik Willis can be the bridge guy still that gets you to that rookie. Or Malik Willis turns out to be a good player, and you've got a good starting quarterback at $27 million cap hit for the next 2 years. So I don't really buy into that narrative much, because to me, whether Malik Willis signs here or not, what's around him is not great. And he clearly trusts what Sully and Hafley are doing here. Their relationship is clearly why he chose the Dolphins over a place like Arizona that, even before the Jalen Waddle trade, has better weapons than the Dolphins do. So I don't buy into, if the Dolphins are tearing it down, why would they have signed Malik Willis. I think that is irrelevant to this conversation. They have to eat it here in 2026. They thought they were a team that could compete and win a Super Bowl, and they went all in, and they were voiding years of contracts, and they were moving all this money around, and now it's time to pay up. And so they're just going to take some lumps in 26 and then move forward after that. The Dolphins, I mentioned, they're not on a Devon Achane away. They're not the 49ers when they gave up what they gave up to bring in Christian McCaffrey to put that offense over the top. That's a kind of situation where you'd hope somebody will ante up and overpay for a guy like Devon Achane.
By the way, Joe Shad from the Palm Beach Post tweeted out, he's at Hard Rock Stadium for the Lipton, and they have a promotional poster for Dolphin season tickets. And he points out on the poster, it's Devon Achane, Jordan Brooks, Zach Sealer, John Eric Sullivan, and Jeff Hafley. So those are the 5 that they're using to promote the team. If you want to read the tea leaves, that means Jordan Brooks and Devon Achane aren't going anywhere. Now, like Appel says, if you get an offer that's impossible to pass up, I can understand, but I don't think they have any plans to move Devon Achane. But I think to Appel's point as well, I don't think they had real legitimate plans of moving Jalen Waddle until someone said, yeah, we're going to throw in a first.
What does it say about where you are as an organization that to promote your season, you've got the GM and the head coach on there? Head coach I could get, but like the both of them, ish.
Yeah, it's bad. There's literally not a jersey you'd buy, right? If you're a fan.
Patrick Paul.
Zach Sealer, let's be honest. I got to go see Sealer this Sunday. Come on, man.
Especially coming off the season that he had.
I'm getting a Greg Dulcich jersey.
I mean, honestly, there's not a jersey you'd buy, right? Who will be their top-selling jersey at the Dolphin store, at the stadium?
If Devon Achane is not here.
Yeah,
if he's not here, let's just say hypothetically.
Although, let's say he is here, though. Are you going to buy the jersey if you know that he's got to get paid next season?
Ollie Gordon.
Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright. And to your point about the receivers, I don't think there's a receiver on the roster right now that's going to be the number one receiver. Tutu Atwell and Malik Washington, they have to go.
Who's it going to be, a draft pick?
They're going to draft somebody for
sure. It has to be a draft pick. I think one of them early picks have to be a wide receiver that walks in and becomes a number one.
The Packers, despite never taking a receiver in the first round, do have a decent track record of finding receivers after the first round. So hopefully that track record comes down here.
And Josh, we talked about it the other day when they got rid of Jalen. The Packers I was looking at their depth chart, 6'4", 6'3", 6'3", 6'4". They don't like the little itty bitties. And all our receivers right now are tiny little dudes. They want to go get somebody with some size, back shoulder stuff, and all that. I think we draft a 6'3+ receiver.
Christian Watson, a second-round pick. Romeo Doubs was a fourth-round pick. I think, was Matthew Golden drafted in the first round last year? Was that the guy that broke their he was their first round pick at receiver in like decades.
Wow.
But they can find him.
It's tough though to get a good judgment on Malik Willis though, right? If let's say Achane's not there, it would be, I mean, that's right now he's your only offensive threat, no?
And Greg Dulcich. I think that's baked in, though, to their evaluation of Malik Willis.
But how do you evaluate then? The evaluation begins with we're going to be unable to evaluate you?
No. I think that they have benchmarks at things that they know that they can look for that maybe as fans, the lay people, wouldn't necessarily notice or pick up on. So I think that they have their own criteria that they're going to put together to figure out whether Malik Willis can be the guy moving forward. And look, the Dolphins you're not going to judge Jeff Hafley and how he is as a head coach based on what the Dolphins record is this season, because we know the Dolphins just on paper are not going to be very good, but you can judge the process and the decisions and certain sequences. And do they show flashes? Is this team disciplined? Things like that, where like, if it doesn't look like what happened with Aaron Glenn with the Jets this year, like, I know that's a very low bar, but like that's what a bad coach on a bad team looks like. There are coaches who get the most out of their players, and if you see the young guys develop, if they finish with 4 wins, but they're playing a lot of close games, you see Malik Willis flashing, whatever rookies they bring in, the guys who were drafted last year, if they're taking a step, a noticeable step, you could put some stock into, all right, maybe this regime, maybe Jeff Hafley knows what he's doing, because you're not going to just judge it on the record itself. And I think that same thing applies to Malik Willis. If he throws an interception, but the decision was correct, the ball gets tipped, whatever, there are ways you can judge Malik Willis without saying, all right, well, they're not going to the playoffs. They won 5 games then with the starter. Like, what do you really have there?
Josh Appel, thank you for subbing in for Solana. That was delightful. And a much better segment than you did earlier in the week.
Oh, well, I didn't have a migraine in this one either. So everything.
You were suffering from a migraine?
I was just getting over one after that. It's been a bad couple of weeks of migraines. But I'm no hero overcoming that, okay? I'm here for you guys.
He's like Matthew Tkachuk. Don't worry about my broken sternum. I'm just out here to play hockey.
I was just thinking about the question you asked about watching performance over team success. On the 1-15 team I was on, I got hurt that year. I played 10 games, but I had 80 tackles. So I was an 8 tackle a game linebacker. You can still see that.
That's
while
right.
getting our ass whooped every damn week.
Jeff Ireland didn't see it, but other people
Hell with Jeff
should
Ireland.
have been
if I
able
see
to
Jeff
see it.
Ireland in the alley and there's no cameras around, you know what's about to happen.
Jeff Ireland's still at it in New Orleans.
I don't know how he has a job. I think he's blind.
So I'm getting
Josh Appel. Thank you, Josh.
No problem, guys. Happy to do this.
The 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour is coming up, and we'll get you caught up on everything there. In Miami, we don't drink coffee, we drink cafecito, and our pastries, we call them pastelitos. And when you want a low price, you know you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Volkswagen. Take advantage of a Pricito now on all your favorite new Volkswagen models like a Tiguan, Jetta, Taos, Atlas, and more. Don't wait. Hurry to Doral Volkswagen today or get there this weekend. Don't miss your chance to save on a new Volkswagen with easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money, because you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Volkswagen. You can visit them at Doral Volkswagen or start shopping for your Pricito right now at DoralVolkswagen.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Crowder.
Hawk.
Crowder.
Hawk.
Unk.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour on this Friday, where Utah State seems to be collapsing a little bit here. Exactly what is going on. Villanova leading Utah State 36-35, minute 39 in the first half. The only reason I'm updating you on that is because we bet Utah State -1.5. Anything going on in the Bournemouth game, Jimmy?
Let me see here. It's still scoreless.
All right. 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour. So tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, Funky Buddha, watch all the tournament games. Go to the brewery in Oakland Park, hunker down, watch all the tournament games.
Yes.
You'll have the time of your life.
You will. Delicious food, great beer.
Yep. You can still get sticky treats. Sticky Treats, one of Funky Buddha's most requested beers. Sticky Treats. It's a rice blonde ale with vanilla that brings a taste that's not unlike your favorite rice cereal and marshmallow snack. And you can find Sticky Treats and other delicious beers at Funky Buddha Brewery all weekend long.
Listen, what my plan is, I actually thought about this because Ava's AAU team is playing in South Bend, Indiana at Notre Dame.
Oh, how cool is that?
There's an Adidas tournament, so Asia took her up there. Chan's still at IMG playing baseball because they're in season, and Chaz is with his grandparents. So I'm a single man at the house.
Time of your life.
Man, I'm going to go to Publix. I'm going to get me a big old steak the size of my back. I'm going to light the grill. I'm going to get me a 12-pack of Hop Gun, and I'm going to watch basketball tonight. I think that's a great plan for the evening.
That is a great plan. I'm not even going to lie. Funky Buddha, for the tournament games, every game, $4 pregame Pilsners, $15 pitchers, and the time of your life, guaranteed, or your money back.
Yes.
No, it's not really. They're not really guaranteeing the time of your life or your money back.
Well, that's subjective. You had the time of your life. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes,
That's true.
did.
Right. You go, hey, I didn't have the time of my life. Well, we feel like you did. So therefore, we cannot pay you.
Cash or credit, sir.
Your headlines for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. So I am watching this Utah State game. They're up 1 now. Utah State 37, Villanova 36. Here's your NCAA March Madness scoreboard. Iowa State, the 2 seed, leads Tennessee State, the 15 seed, 95-60. 6 minutes left in the second half. Alabama, 6 minutes left in the second half. Alabama leading Hofstra, 67-62. Villanova has now taken the lead over Utah State, 39-37.
No, come on now.
Tennessee is leading Miami of Ohio. Kind of a big story, Miami of Ohio. Yeah. Tennessee is leading them 31-17. 7 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first half. Coming up at 6:50 tonight, Iowa and Clemson. 7:10 tonight, Northern Iowa and St. John's. 7:25 tonight, UCF and UCLA. 7:35 tonight, Queens and Purdue. Wouldn't UM play the winner of that game if they advance? Queens versus Purdue?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Purdue is a 25.5-point favorite over Queens.
As you're reading these scores, and I have ESPN on in the living room when we go to break. There was a girls team. It was like 52-10 at halftime. I think we need to get away from those big spreads scaring us.
Got to do it. Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet.
And lay 35.
Villanova, by the way, 39-37, leading Utah State at halftime. It has now gone to halftime. Should I tell you what we can live bet that game at? We can now live bet that game at Utah State -1/2 instead of the -1.5 that we were giving. Tonight at 9:25, your Florida Gators, a 1 seed, against Prairie View A&M. Where is Prairie View A&M, Jimmy?
I have no clue.
I was
Look
about
that
to
up
say,
for us.
you don't lie.
And
I got
find out
them.
what their team name is.
I got UF at +700 winning the whole thing.
Prairie View, Texas.
Oh. What's their team name?
The Panthers.
Oh, you got the Prairie View Panthers tonight. Florida. What conference is that? Does it say?
Independent.
No, they're not independent. They're
Going to be some whack-ass conference.
Yeah. Man, you can't get on us about this one. This was
No.
made by the
I'm
NCAA.
just curious what conference Prairie View is in. This is going to be a conference I've never heard of. I guarantee you.
The Western, Middle, Northern, Southern.
Yeah, it's like there's conferences. You think you know every conference. There's got to be a conference. I bet I've never heard of it. Florida is a 35.5-point favorite, by the way.
That's crazy.
Tonight at 9:45, Kansas and California Baptist. 10 p.m., Connecticut and Furman. And tonight, the late game, University of Miami and Missouri. UM 1.5-point favorite over Mizzou. Scheduled to tip off at 10:10. Might tip off a little bit later, depending on games before it. But you can listen to the game right here on 104.3 FM WQAM. Joe Zagacki has the pregame starting at 9:30.
Hawk, you know who just texted me?
Who?
Finesse Mitchell.
He's so good, man.
But remember yesterday we were playing and I was like, oh, I'll open for you at the Improv. I think he really wants me to open for him.
He does.
I just got myself another job.
Look at you. Someone DM'd
man.
me on Instagram this morning. They had just listened to the segment with Finesse Mitchell, and they're like, you need to make that guy a regular weekly guest because he can talk Canes, he can talk sports, but he's funny as hell.
Yeah. Man. Well, I got some good concepts cooking.
You got concepts of a plan?
I got concepts of a plan of the plan. So I don't know how deep I have to go now to actually have a set.
Did you find out what conference Prairie View is in, Jimmy?
They're in the SWAC conference, the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
Wow, I stand corrected. I am familiar with the SWAC. Tonight in the NBA, your NBA schedule, Brooklyn is hosting the Knicks. Brooklyn is awful. Would you like to guess the line? It's essentially, I mean, you know, the Knicks are a road team, but the game's in Brooklyn.
They don't even need to tie their shoes. 17.
17. They are 17-point favorite. The Knicks are 17-point favorites.
That's a crazy NBA line.
Detroit, without Cade Cunningham, is hosting Golden State tonight. Detroit is a 4.5-point favorite. Minnesota hosting Portland. Minnesota's a 1.5-point favorite. Boston is at Memphis. Memphis stinks. Boston's a 15-point road favorite. Houston is hosting Red Hot Atlanta. Houston is a 3.5-point favorite. The Heat have Houston tomorrow. And the Nuggets host Toronto. Nuggets are 7-point favorites.
See, Knicks, Boston, Nuggets parlay. You'll get into the plus 150s.
Yeah, maybe plus 140, plus 150.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing.
Heat last night lost to the Lakers. They've lost 3 in a row. Norman Powell came off the bench. Florida Panthers, they beat Edmonton last night. Hasn't been the greatest season for the Panthers. They've been banged up, but it was nice to beat Edmonton once again. They've got Calgary tonight. That will end their road trip. Canes baseball, they host Creighton this weekend. We've talked extensively about the Mark Light Shake, which will be available at Mark Light Stadium tonight. Vanilla shake, corned beef, Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, Russian dressing, and rye bread. Anyone who buys that tonight at Mark Light is doing it for social media, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
You're doing it to say, hey, I got it.
Yeah, or there would have to be people like if I was a season ticket holder, I would always buy the new shake just to keep a streak going.
Right.
Like
So whatever the opponent shake is, I always get it. That's my tradition or whatever.
Yes.
But then all of a sudden you're back at your seat and you're holding a milkshake that's got Swiss cheese hanging off it.
Yeah. Somebody want my corned beef? Because I'm fine. Yeah. It's for cutesy stuff.
Inter Miami is at NYCFC on Sunday, 1 o'clock. Wow. A little footy. Sunday, 1 o'clock. A little
early footy.
Feels like an NFL Sunday, Jimmy. 1 o'clock? Is a footy? I mean, come on.
Sunday football.
Football.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even mention this today, and we should have. Chuck Norris has passed away at the age of 86.
That's one of your childhood heroes you didn't know was a hero until I heard that this morning.
Yeah.
I've seen all of his movies.
Man, Chuck Norris was a badass. And then for a minute, everyone was doing the Chuck Norris stuff. And it was before there really even was memes and like social media. I guess it all went viral on Twitter, but it was like the beginning days of Twitter when it was like all the Chuck Norris jokes. It started as a book, actually.
Really? He wrote a book?
No, someone had written a book about Chuck Norris, doesn't, I saw today, like Chuck Norris didn't die. He just allowed us to continue living without him.
Chuck was a bad man.
What do you want to say, Jimmy? I saw you wanted to say something.
I forgot.
All right. Somebody put on the chat, Chuck Norris facts began for me online on a message board.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck wasn't playing a single father or,
it wasn't. It wasn't a heartwarming finish at the end.
There was no beta roles for Chuck. Chuck was about to be an ass kicker in every movie he was in.
He was a badass. There is also an online movement to draft Afro Man as the Super Bowl halftime show next year. We'll certainly keep an eye on that.
Ooh.
I'm telling you, I keep texting you videos. You have to watch some of these.
I have watched them, man. It's ridiculous.
They are earworms.
Ridiculous, huh? Him celebrating his lawsuit win. Just crazy.
Randy Walters is a son of a bitch. It's so good, man. That's what I'm doing for the Canes game tonight. I'm gonna get me some lemon pound cake. I'm gonna watch Canes game, have a slice of lemon pound cake, celebrate Afro Man's court victory.
Where do you find lemon pound cake?
I don't know. His mom makes it. That's what he said on the stand.
Call Afro Man and see if you can get some of his mom's lemon pound cake.
Randy Walters is a son of a bitch. Let me see if I have Afro Man's phone number. I saw a great, no, I do not. I saw a great tweet. Afro Man's like a comet, comes around every 20 years to entertain you. Because Because I Got High, when did that come out?
Ooh. I was
Has to
in
be
college.
over 20 years, right?
Yeah, I left college 05. Yeah, I was in college.
Released in 2000, so 26 years ago.
That's crazy. I was in high
And now
school.
he's back with a vengeance. Randy Walters is a son of a bitch.
Before I started high school.
26 years ago.
Still got it.
Still got it. All right. Clay Ferrero still got it. He's going to join us in the next segment. We're going to talk some Heat and Canes and whatever else he wants to talk about. We always enjoy speaking with Clay Ferrero. Cheetah Pompano, that's a great spot to watch the games this weekend. You can watch the games in the VIP areas or in the regular areas. You got 4 stages of entertainment going on, the most beautiful ladies in South Florida. They've got the amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day, happy hour specials till 6. But again, you can watch all the tournament games at Cheetah Pompano or Cheetah Palm Beach. It is slam dunk season, so make some plans to watch the games there. Saturday, March 28th is the Rodriguez Charities 7th Annual Poker Tournament at the Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek. 100% of the proceeds from the event are donated to local charities. There's $10,000 in cash prizes. It's a $200 buy-in, and there will be bounties on certain players like me. I will be playing in the tournament, and if you can knock me out, you will grab the bounty that I am holding. It is Saturday, March 28th, Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek. Hope to see everybody there. I always say it, but it's true. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well. Every weekend is a great weekend at Cheetah Pompano Beach. For all the details, check out cheetahsofl.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Crowder, how many booms would you give today's show?
I'm not booming nothing.
WQ.
5 big booms, Jimmy.